Rice. He's got an opening. Rice, he could go all the way. He's got one man to beat.
Chase Becker spins, hangs, complete. Broughton breaks through. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux. The Sioux strike first.
It used to be
On the right. Conquers back on top as Region 8 champions.
That's Ben Heenick with a load of steam, and he bowls over.
One as Blake Burnstrom looks to go. Blake Burnstrom floating in midair for 2.
Backdoor cut. Cheryl Hayes off the glass for 2. There is Nesham. Wow, look at that shot by Addison Nesham. She's putting on a show. You think her heart is pounding? No way. The Lusitania Buffalo Bombers are headed to the state.
Quarter, 3 seconds, Simiato. No. Put back, no. The Killdeer Cowboys survive.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP.
GameDay Media, LLP does not own the rights to the background music of this live stream. All rights belong to the music owners. No copyright infringement intended.
Today's GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by RTC Networks,
Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust,
Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, attorneys at law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, McKenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, TNT Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, NCC,
Hello and welcome to the Rough Riders Center, presented by Northern States Fishing Tools in Watford City, North Dakota. We are here for an outstanding doubleheader. It's rivalry night here at the RRC as the Williston Coyotes have made the short trip down Highway 85 to take on the Watford City Wolves. We're going to have the boys game first, and then 20 minutes after that, it'll be an outstanding girls matchup between the Wolves and the Coyotes. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight as we welcome you into our Hagen Equipment pregame show. Hagen Equipment is your source for Case IH, Bobcat, and many more lines of equipment in Watford City. First up, the boys game featuring the home team, the Watford City Wolves at 2-1, the Williston Coyotes at 0-4. Watford started the year on a 2-game winning streak, had that winning streak snapped as they lost to Killdeer on Saturday, and we'll look to get back into the win column here in the final game before Christmas. On the other side, Williston still looking for their first win of the year under second-year head coach Quinn McLaughlin. He is a Sydney native now in year number 2. They have played 2 non-conference games, 2 conference games, as we see the Watford City Wolves boys just getting ready to emerge from their locker room and begin their warm-ups here this evening. At this time, I want to welcome in my partner, David Peterson. David, thanks for making the trip down to Watford.
Surprise, surprise. Yeah. I saw this one on the calendar. I told my wife and kids, I said, we're going to Watford. You guys can go swimming inside the Rough Rider Center. I just got done beating both of my boys on the other side of the wall over here and just reminding them that I'm still alpha male. So it's just, when I saw this one on the schedule, this was one that we wanted to make sure that we were able to get on the air for sure and do a quality job, because these are 2 up-and-coming teams. Really excited to see these these boys play again. We saw them play earlier in the border battle. They looked really well. A little bit of a road bump against Killdeer on Saturday night, and this will be our first action for Williston High School as part of seeing the Coyotes.
Yes, yeah, great rivalry. This was a conference matchup for 7 years until the 3-division system came into play. And so it's fun to renew this rivalry. They did play up in Williston last year and now down in Watford City this year. Just one matchup this year. Back in the days of the 2-class system there, it was a twice-a-year matchup between these two, guaranteed, and then with the possibility of it being a postseason. This is the only time that they'll see each other this year, but definitely looking forward to it. And taking a look at Watford City, they have had a pretty good start to the year, but they want to get back to winning ways after that loss to Killdeer. And despite the 2-1 record, I would say that they have not played a full, complete game yet. And one thing we'll talk about throughout the broadcast has been the second quarter. It's emerging as a trend through the first 3 games. They have struggled in each and every second quarter so far this year. In the first 2 games, they were able to bounce back in the second half and did a good enough job of coming up with a win. But in that Killdeer game, down by 17 towards the end of the second and then 14 at the half, they were not able to ultimately dig themselves out of that hole. So we'll see what they're able to do here tonight. And then Williston, they're an athletic bunch. They've got some good players on their team. They've just played a really difficult schedule to start the year.
They did. I mean, their JV team, if that's anything that their varsity is going to look like, the tempo was very fast, back and forth. A lot of guys with a lot of spring in their step as the Williston Coyotes come out on the floor here for the first time here at the Rough Rider Center. But yeah, it is a growing program. They've got to they made some changes just a couple of years ago at the helm. Quinn is going to be probably the man for the job. He's got to get these guys rolling. They really got to try find their identity as well in Williston. And I think, it's nothing but upside for these Coyotes, and it's a learning year for these guys. And now year 1 is always the toughest year for a head coach. You're implementing new rules, new systems, new philosophies. Year 2 becomes a little bit more and become your guys. It's your team now. So I'm really excited to see what Williston can put on the floor tonight too.
Yeah, it'll be a fun one. We're going to head on down to the floor. We're going to catch up with these head coaches as they prepare for this exciting non-conference rivalry matchup. And we'll have a whole lot more on your Hagen Equipment pregame show right after this.
Imagine working with a team where your well-being is a top priority. At NCC, we champion work-life balance. Our culture ensures you have the time you need for life's important moments. We offer competitive pay that recognizes your hard work. Plus, enjoy comprehensive health insurance that puts your mind at ease. You'll also receive generous paid time off. And think future forward with our retirement contributions, securing your financial peace of mind. Join a team that values you. Work somewhere great and thrive. Don't wait for opportunity to knock. Open the door. Apply today at NCC. Visit nccray.com/careers.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dad.
Can you hang out with Grandpa for a bit? I'm down in the barn.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll be up there in a bit.
RTC Networks capture cameras. Keep an eye on what you care about.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealers. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment. Work ready. Field proven.
Hey, welcome back into our Hagen Equipment pregame show. Up next is our Watford City Farmer Union coaches' comments. Farmers Union Oil of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding communities since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. And right now we want to take it down to the court as Titus Stenberg is alongside second-year head coach Quinn McLaughlin for the Williston Coyotes. Take it away, Titus.
All right, thank you very much, David. I'm here with Williston head coach Quinn McLaughlin. Coach, an 0-4 record to start the year, but you played a really difficult schedule. How would you evaluate the first 4 games of your season?
Yeah, very tough schedule to start. Can't take a night off in the WDA or even the EDC. But I think we're in a better place than we were last year. We're in a good spot going into break, know what we need to work on and where we can improve, and be ready to go once we start WDA play on the 2nd against Minot.
That will be a tough one. Minot has quite the program. You said you noticed some improvement from last year. What is one or two specific areas that you've seen that your team improve in so far?
I would think just we play more as a team this year. I think a lot of guys are unselfish, and I think our leadership has really stepped up from the off season with guys that have been putting in time. So it's good to see those things encouraging.
Now you're taking on Watford City in a non-conference matchup here tonight. What do you know about this year's Wolves?
I know that they're in a better spot than they were last year as well. Coach has them in a good spot, playing tough. They know their roles, so it's not going to be an easy game tonight. They're not going to roll over for us, but it should be fun. Good little rivalry. 45 minutes away from each other. So
that's right, a pretty short road trip for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to have those every once in a while. Being in Williston, having to go to Bismarck and playing 4 hours away, stuff like that. But no, it should be good. I'm excited. It's a good team. We have a good team. Should be good.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Thank you very much for joining us here, Coach. Good luck and Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Appreciate it.
All right, back upstairs to you guys.
Let's pay a little tribute to Titus Stenberg's sweatshirt. You talk about man with the Christmas spirit. Look at that guy right there. When we come back, we're going to jump over to the other side of the court and meet up with head coach Justin Hager of the Watford City Wolves after this timeout.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
but maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
but maybe don't.
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank,
but maybe don't.
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Hey, welcome back into the Watford City Farmers Union coaches' comments. Right now, we've got Titus Stenberg queued up with head coach of the Wolves, Coach Justin Hager. We'll take a break. Take it away,
awesome.
Titus.
Thank you very much, David. Yeah, here with Watford City head coach Justin Hager. Coach, you suffered your first loss of the season against Killdeer. How did you evaluate that ball game there?
Well, I mean, I think it's an eye-opening experience and everything that we need to work on. We got to keep getting better every day. I mean, every game in our region is going to be really tough for us. I mean, we're trying to still build and get better every day. A lot to work on, but it definitely exposed some of our weaknesses and what we need to get better on, and try to self-correct those things at practice and just get back to work. Yeah, we can't really dwell, watch film, evaluate what we need to work on, and then use that as a learning tool for us to improve. I mean, that's all you can do. And sort of get back to work the next day.
And lucky for the guys, I know they would much rather play a game than practice, and here it is, another opportunity to go against another good team. What do you expect to see out of Williston here today?
Well, I mean, this is sort of like the game that, we keep playing this game, and it's a great opportunity for us to play against the WDA school. I mean, they've obviously been battle-tested against Dickinson and Century and some of the best schools, out west. So, I mean, they're not going to be intimidated by anything. They're going to be gritty. They're well coached. They got a great staff, and so we hope we can sort of muck it up a little bit and be competitive.
You mentioned mucking it up. What's going to be the defensive key for you guys as you take a look at Williston's roster here tonight?
Well, I mean, Rivlin's a heck of a shooter. I think he's shooting 34% from three-point land. Ergens is a beast down low, just like his dad was at NDSU. So, he's a problem. I mean, they got good players, and they're balanced. The Janae kid handles the ball well. They're probably a little bit deeper than we are. They got some really good young kids, some really good sophomores that come off the bench. They can shoot it. And, I they're running some good stuff. So we're going to have to really defend and really limit them to one shot and then sort of own the boards and then take care of the basketball, with us. Like the turnovers and giving them opportunities it sort of kills you. So we got to cherish every possession and really value that.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to it. Fun to have this rivalry on the schedule between Watford City and Williston. Best of luck, Coach, and Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Titus. You too.
All right, back upstairs to you guys.
Thank you, Titus. Big thank you to both these head coaches coming on for our coaches' comments. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to the fans at home. And it means a lot to your schools and your teams promoting the kids the best you possibly can. When we continue on here with our Hagen Equipment pregame show, we're going to have our Patriot Fuel starting lineup, but not before our TNT Measurements player spotlight after this break.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Williston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
Welcome back to Watford City and welcome back to your Hagen Equipment pregame show. My name is Titus Denberg. Already heard David Peterson's voice along with our coaches' comments. I want to thank both of those coaches for their cooperation in bringing you some pregame insight here into this matchup. And at this time, I want to introduce my other partner, new to GameDay Media, but not new to working with me, as we had a lot of games together over on the radio side of things. But this is GameDay Media debut, Chaz Neff. Chaz, how are you doing tonight?
Doing well. A little tired from that JV game.
I believe it. They were running. Both teams were running up and down the court there. So, yeah, it's interesting. A triple header for you here tonight with one game with the stripes on and now two with the headset on.
Correct, but excited to be here, excited to help out in any way I can and provide some good color commentary. Should be exciting 2 games tonight.
It should be. Anything you're looking forward to here, specifically in this boys matchup between Watford City and Williston, 2 former conference foes, now non-conference foes, but still obviously know a lot about each other.
Interested to see how Watford comes up with Williston here. Watford, definitely a physical team. I've had them twice on the court. Thayden Arnold and Tristan DeVries, very physical players. It's tough to defend and tough to referee those two.
Yeah, so. I believe it. It's a couple of football players there, and they look like football players on the basketball court.
Definite football mentality.
Yeah, and then Williston, we mentioned it with Coach McLaughlin. You know, they have struggled out of the gates, but such a difficult schedule, and at an 0-4 start to them, it's not indicative of how much talent there is on this team, but there is no easy games in Class AA North Dakota.
There is not. Every team is sort of balanced and a little stacked, and so good game for Williston, though. Come up, play Watford, get your fans in here, get the gym up, and get back into a groove and momentum.
That's right. We're going to take one quick break. When we come back, we're going to have our TNT Measurement Spotlight players put a couple of players in the spotlight as we get ready for this one between Watford City and Williston. Tip-off just about 5 minutes away here from Watford City. Sit back, relax, and enjoy some high school basketball tonight on GameDay Media.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
Welcome back to Watford City. TNT Measurements is your Spotlight Players sponsor. They have been serving and supporting the oil and gas industry for over 25 years, focusing on oil and gas measurement. When you want it measured right, contact TNT Measurements. For Williston, we're looking at Riley Ergens. Now, Justin Ergens. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's the girls' game, Riley Ergens. Here in the boys' game, it's Justin Ergens. He averages 9.8 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And just a balanced player who does a little bit of everything for this Williston team. And over on the Watford City side, we're going to take a look at Xavier McGorman. We're going to put Xav in the player spotlight. Number 2, he also is a player who just does a little bit of everything for Watford City. He averages 10.3 points per game and has hit 3 3-pointers, averages 2 rebounds per game. He dishes out some assists. He looks to be aggressive early most of the time, and I think a key to Watford City's success is if he can stay aggressive throughout the game and stay healthy. He's had a little bit of minor injury concerns here this year, but those 2 players will be 2 to keep our eyes on here today.
Definitely looking forward to aggressive play both ways, both teams. And Xavier, he matches that aggressiveness of everybody else on Watford.
Interesting to see how these 2 teams decide to try to defend each other. Coach Hager, his mentality is defense. He loves coaching defense. He wants to see a defensive game out there. I think a lower scoring game probably would be in Watford City's favor, but you don't just get to have a low-scoring game. You have to earn your way to a low-scoring game, and that'll be important here to see how they can handle Williston's offense when they have the basketball.
Yeah, definitely if Williston decides to go up and down, Watford can do that, but they don't want to. They want that half court.
Yep, that's for sure. Williston will be wearing their road black uniforms this evening. Watford City, their home white uniforms. And we're just a few moments away when the announcements start down on the floor. We will toss it down to our PA announcer, Grayson Long. When we get to the starting lineups, those are sponsored by Patriot Fuels, conveniently located on Highway 85 North between Alexander and Watford City for all of your fueling needs. And sometimes they stop this warm-up clock when both teams appear ready, but tonight looks like we're going to let the clock run all the way down to 000s and test out that buzzer and make sure everything's good to go.
Always got to test your buzzer, test your shot clock horn, make sure everything's working.
That's right. Good advice. So excited to have you, Chaz, here. There's been quite a few in this beginning of the season, a lot of officiating questions that I've had. Man, I wish I could talk to Chaz while it's happening. And then with the way games turn out, a lot of times I forget by the time the clock hits 000s of the fourth quarter. What did I want to ask him? So it's going to be fun to have you along here tonight as our officiating expert.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Let's toss it down to Grayson Law.
Center, sponsored by Northern State Fishing Tools. And Watford City High School welcomes you to this contest between the Williston Coyotes and your hometown Watford City Wolves. Please rise and remove your headwear and stand at attention while we play our national anthem. Again, welcome to the Rough Rider Center. This game will be played under the strictest code of good sportsmanship. Fans are asked to support their teams and refrain from booing at any time. Participants are asked to be positive role models at all times and to remember that you represent your school and community by your actions. Help us all to be number one in sportsmanship. And now the lineups for tonight's contest. Here are the starters for the Williston Coyotes. He's a senior, number 2, Jackson Giannotti. He's a junior, number 12, Matensi St. Charles. He's a senior, number 21, Drew Harper. He's a senior, number 30, Justin Irgens. And he's a junior, number 43, William Lenardi. Head coach, Quinn McLaughlin, with assistant coaches, Casey Jory, Dan Treelevin, Michael Heisey, Gabe Slotsby, and Pat Ergens. And now let's meet the Watford City Cheer Squad. Paige McLoone. Alicia Astolfi. This is the list I have. I'm sorry if you're out there to cheer, but we'll cheer them on anyway. Stephanie Mendoza. Keep cheering. All right. Britt Kalseth. Madison Kalseth. I'm going to call an audible. Is Braille Delgado out there? Emily Walker? Tyler Cifuentes? Sloan Hardy? Harley Curtis? All right, let's hear it for your Watford City Cheer Squad. And they are coached by Chelsea Schatz and Chelsea Killian. And now, Here are the starters for your Watford City Wolves. He's a 6'4 junior, number 0, Tristan DeVries. He's a 5'11 junior, number 1, Carter Breitbach. He's a 6'1 senior, number 2, Xavier McGorman. He's a 6'5 junior, number 23, Dominic Latre. And he's a 6'3 senior, number 32, Thaden Big Red Arnold. Watford City's head coach is Justin Hager, with assistant coaches Stephen Bruins, Justin Solheim, Michael Williams, and John Holloway. Your referees tonight are Richard Seiner, Kevin Schneider, and Dustin Urbas. Now let's get ready for some Watford City Wolves varsity basketball.
There you have it. There are your Patriot Fuel starting lineups for this exciting matchup between the Coyotes and the Wolves. Let's get ready for your Northern States Fishing Tools opening tip-off. Northern States Fishing Tools, a locally owned fishing and rental tool company serving the Williston Basin since 1978. Watford City wins the opening tap with Tristan DeVries passing it off to Dominic Latre. Arnold out there with Breitbach, McGorman, DeVries, and Latre. He was open. He will take a 3 off the rim and a backboard. No good. A rebound out of bounds. It will belong to Williston as Breitbach touched it last.
He just needs to keep firing that. He'll get his confidence and it'll go down.
Just his second game of the year. It was a nice luxury for Watford City to have him back as DeVries almost steals the inbounds pass. And Williston will have to try it again as the Wolves set up their full court press as the inbounds pass is caught by Jackson Janot. Williston taking their time getting across half court. They do with 28 on the shot clock as a corner 3 is launched by Jackson Janot. No good. Rebound to the Wolves. Both teams 0 for 1 from the field to get things started as Carter Breitbach brings it up the court for the Wolves. He averages 7 points and 5 rebounds per game. And good hustle by both teams. It ends up being a steal for the Coyote defense. Janot's going to try the other corner for 3. That one around out and back in for 3. Third three-pointer of the year for Jackson Janot.
Kind of thought he might drive it, but I'm proven wrong with that swish.
So that makes it 3-0 as the Coyotes hit the icebreaker, Latre. And a pushing foul called with 6:51 to go in quarter number 1 against Williston.
It's like number 21.
Drew Harper picks that one up. Once again, the starting lineup for the Williston Coyote boys. Jackson Janot, Matensi St. Charles, Drew Harper, Justin Ergens, and Will Leonardi. Breitbach into Latre. Gives it back to DeVries. Nice spin move. Tries to shoot over a double team. And Williston able to claim the defensive board.
DeVries has that spin move he likes to use. Usually it goes down.
Janot driving on McGorman. Kicks it to Harper for 3. Swish from the left corner. Third 3 of the season for Harper. Both Janot and Harper have hit an early 3 for Williston, and they go up 6-0.
Not a lot of inside game so far for Williston, but they'll take those 3-pointers if they fall.
That's right. 3 is better than 2. Brock Haugenberg taught me that as McGorman puts up the floater in and out, rebounded by Latre. Second chance opportunity for the Wolves if they don't turn it over. And Breitbach is able to snake it away from Matensi St. Charles. Here's McGorman for 3. That one is good.
That is a necessary 3-pointer for the Wolves to get some momentum going.
In that game against Killdeer, Watford City did not make a first half 3-pointer. They did hit 6 of them in the second half to keep it close against the Cowboys, but that's a great sign for the Watford City Wolves to get an early 3. And it was from X-Ray, Xavier McGorman. Hits that one to cut this Coyote lead in half. Here's a nice drive by Ergens, and he will draw a foul, the first of the game against Watford City, and he will shoot 2.
Yeah, he was kind of bounced around down the lane. Nice drive, gets the call, goes to the line.
Latre called for the personal. Fouls even at 1 apiece as the first free throw is up and good. Justin Ergens averaging 9.8 points per game. Chance Rivland checks into the ball game for Williston.
Early substitution. We'll see how deep the Williston bench goes today.
Rivland is their leading scorer as Ergens makes the second one. He averages 12.5 points per game, and he is at 11 threes so far this year. Those early three-pointers all brought to you by Cornerstone Bank. As Breitbach, he'll try one. That one's off the back rim, rebounded by Latre, goes up strong and draws a foul.
Nice play by Latre to get that offensive rebound long, and then he goes right up and gets the foul and will go to the line.
So Latre will shoot 2. He scored 5 points. He really made an impact on the glass as he had 11 rebounds in that game against Killdeer. And there he banks in free throw number 1 to make it 8-4. Pretty high scoring start to this one with all the threes that have been made. Latre's second free throw is left short, and the rebound taken by Justin Ergens.
So far, nothing inside the three-point line yet, but that could change right here.
And that is right there. Lenardi able to get that one to go. Averages 6 points and 4 rebounds per game. And that is a first 2-point field goal as Breitbach gets fouled right in front of the scorer's table, bringing the ball up the court. That'll be St. Charles' first personal, 3rd team foul against the Coyotes.
I do like the active hands of St. Charles, though. He's always getting in there, scrapping, bouncing the ball around.
McGorman on the left side to Tristan DeVries. Leading scorer for the Wolves for the first 3 games. That's 16.3 points per game. And that'll be the second turnover of the night against Watford City.
That was a nice idea. Just needs a little bit more control, get some spacing, go up to the basket.
Williston 3 for 5 from the field and a perfect 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Couldn't have asked for a much better offensive start if you're Coach McLaughlin and Williston. St. Charles around to the right side. Kicks it out to Rivland. Picks up his dribble. Off to Janot. Long range 2 off the rim. Good box out and a rebound by Faden Arnold. Faden averages 8 rebounds per game for Watford City. McGorman called for a turnover as he stepped on the baseline.
Yeah, it was similar to the last play. They just got to find that spacing, but great defense to use the baseline, send them out of bounds.
Similar to last year, it seems like Watford City, when they have turnovers, they can come in bunches. As Janot tries another 3, he likes that corner as Janot hits his second Cornerstone Bank 3 of the ball game.
Perfect 3, nice kick over, great assist.
13-4 on your NCC scoreboard as Watford City looks for an offensive answer. McGorman from the other corner, not this time. Rebound grabbed by Justin Ergens.
A little too much arc on that one. Good rebound there for Williston.
Watford City 1 for 5 from the field, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Drive and a kick. That's Justin Ergens. Spin move on Latre. Shot no good, but a foul is called, and that'll be Dom's second personal.
Yeah, nice spin move, nice drive. A lot of drives for Williston, kicking it out. He decided to take it up and get fouled.
I want to thank RTC Networks for sponsoring those instant replays. As the first free throw is good for Ergens, and right now Williston can't miss. Perfect 3 for 3 start from the free throw line as Kyle Best and Brandon Spacer come into the lineup for Coach Hager and the Wolves.
Spacer and Thaden Arnold sort of swapping places so far in this first part of the season.
Second free throw too strong, but an offensive rebound grabbed by Drew Harper. Second chance opportunity for Williston. St. Charles backs up to the Wolves logo.
Nice screen.
Gets a screen. He drives, left it, or pushed it a little bit too strong, and McGorman the rebound. DeVries in a hurry. Kicks it to Breitbach. Open corner 3. Yes, sir!
For 3.
Carter Breitbach with his 4th 3 of the season, the second 3 of the night for the Wolves, and that's a big one as it gets them back in to within 7. Here as we near the 3-minute mark remaining, and it has been an entertaining first quarter. Justin Ergens and Williston will take a timeout. This timeout is brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. You're watching Game Day Media.
Williston.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first.
Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more. Located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Pretty good start there for the Williston Coyotes. Chaz, put your coaching hat on for a second there. What do you think the message was from Coach McLaughlin as he took his first time out of the ball game?
Just try to set up a little bit of offense, calm those guys down, just drive and kick, and there's a long two-pointer.
Off the rim, and a good box out by Watford City. Once again, they've been doing a good job on the boards as Drew Harper missed that one. Kyle Best, as his dribble poked away, he is able to maintain, get it back. And then in the corner to DeVries. Tristan wants to drive. That spin move again. Got his defender in the air. Tried and reverse layup, but it hits the underside of the rim. And the rebound claimed by the Coyotes.
May have taken an extra step. Good no call either way.
Here goes Rivlin from the free throw line. Out to Janot, looking for another three. In and out. Rebound, Brandon Spacier.
Good rebound by Spacier. Breitbach's just going to walk it up. Slow it down a bit here for Watford.
Coach Hager mentioned that they need to hold Williston to one shot and done. And when Williston has missed, Watford City has done a nice job of grabbing those offensive rebounds. They just have been shooting at a nice percentage. Here's a couple of moves by Best. Just misses the short-range jumper. Follows his own miss, but his pass out was not there, and it's a offensive foul called against Mackenzie St. Charles. A turnover both ways.
Nice job by Breitbach. Establish legal guarding position, get the contact, drop, and get the player control foul.
And that is the fourth team foul against Williston, so Watford City will be in the bonus on any non-shooting defensive fouls against Williston for the rest of this first quarter.
And that's big in a game like this where you want to make your foul shots and go to the line.
Nice pass from McGorman to Spacier, and he scores.
A beautiful pass from the corner right into seeing the cutting Spacier there. You can see it develop right there and up and in.
On a 5-0 run, quickly the other way, and Williston able to strike right back with Drake Lopez Cervantes. Immediate impact off the bench, and here's a steal by Kendor. Leo Kendor going coast to coast, and just like that, it's a 4-0 run for Williston, and that's going to prompt a Watford City timeout with 1:26 to go in quarter number one. NCC scoreboard shows Williston 18, Watford City 9. We're back after this.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
Welcome back to Watford City. Titus Stenberg alongside Chaz Neff, a great production crew, including Coy Hartle, Brogan Shannon, David Peterson, and Jackson Lee. Here tonight, we got two cameras, and it's a lot of fun here high atop the Rough Riders Center for this outstanding rivalry night between the Wolves and the Coyotes. Look at that take. Nice move by Kyle Best.
Kyle Best just finding a little crease there. Slides right to the two defenders and lays it in.
It's the Wolves into double digits. Now down by 7, 18-11 with 1:11 to go in the first quarter. Seen a quick timeout from both coaches in this first quarter. And it's turned into a pretty high-scoring quarter number one. See who can outplay who on the final minute, and that'll help Williston as Chance Rivland hits his first basket of the game. It's a long three-pointer, his 12th of the season. And that puts Williston up by double digits once again at 21-11, matching their largest lead. Nice move by Spacier. Does not get the bounce to the rebound claimed by Drew Harper.
That will fall for him, so beautiful move by Spacier.
Kendor attacking the other way, no good. Spacier had the rebound, lost it back to Kendor. Beautiful pass, and the layup is good for Drew Harper.
Oh, that was a beautiful play. Get the steal, find your cutting offense player, and put it up.
Shot clock goes dark as Breitbach brings it into the front court, guarded by Leo Kendor. Picks up his dribble back intended for DeVries, broken up by Ergens. Kendor tried to save it. Good hustle. And it will belong to Williston.
It should be white ball, I think, right?
That's what I was assuming, but no, it'll be Williston basketball.
He might have bounced it off the player. I saw a lot of cheering by Williston.
Yeah, I couldn't exactly tell from our angle here. So that is a turnover, the 6th of the quarter against Watford City. Now Williston with a chance to hold for the final shot of the quarter. Kendor scores from a tough angle.
That bounce pass across the middle. They're finding their open gutters.
4 seconds as Breitbach crosses half court. Drives and kicks to Best for 3 at the buzzer. It's good! There's a way to end the first quarter for Watford City as Kyle Best hits his second 3 of the season. It's brought to you by Cornerstone Bank, and quite a way for the Wolves to end quarter number 1. But Williston with the lead as we take our first quarter break of the night. It's Williston 25, Watford City 14. We're back right after this.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Welcome back to the Rough Riders Center. Titus Stenberg alongside Chaz Neff for this inter-division matchup between the AA Williston Coyotes and the single A Watford City Wolves.
Yeah, it should be exciting second quarter here. See how the Wolves respond. Keeping in with this, keeping it a close game so far.
Now, here is the key for me. This second quarter has not been friendly to the Wolves for the first 3 games of the season. We'll see if they can put an end to that trend, as Chance Rivland doesn't want that trend to end. He wants Watford City to have a rough second quarter here as he gets the scoring started in a hurry. DeVries, I think he's going to take it. He passes it off to Moberg. Good idea, but the 3 rattles out and the rebound controlled by Chance Rivland. So a quick 2-0 start. Williston really playing at a fast pace. And they are really testing Watford City's defense so far in this one. Good deflection by Best. It'll go out of bounds and stay with Williston.
Nice hands up for Kyle Best. Knock it out. 21 seconds on the shot clock.
Williston with Leo Kendor getting in the corner to Cervantes for 3. No rebound by Carter Breitbach. Williston now unofficially is 10 for 17 from the field. They have played some good offense right off the start of this game through a quarter and a minute. Here's Moberg. Nice spin move. Finds the open man. That's Arnold, who scores off the glass.
Can't leave Thaden Arnold that wide open under the basket.
First points of the night for Thaden, averaging 11.7 points per game. Here's Drake Lopez Cervantes off the mark with that one. Watford City the rebound. Wolves trying to put together a run and get the deficit back into single digits. Moberg left wing to DeVries. Back to Breitbach. It's by the initial defender. Good help defense. Slows his drive down. Back out to Best. He gets in the paint. Step through. Shot up. Too strong off the glass. Rebound pulled down by Chance Rivland.
Nice step through, but just couldn't finish it. There's another 3 ball.
Rivland averaging 3 rebounds per game. He's already exceeded that here tonight, as he has played well in this first half. Breitbach up top to Arnold, working near the top of the key. Lobs it into Moberg. Nice pass, and Moberg is able to hit the layup. Assist Arnold. Basket Moberg. Wolves within 9.
I know Hager wanted to run a lot of cuts in his offense, so you'll see a lot of that. Beautiful play by Watford City.
Good offense from both teams here throughout this first half, as there's going to be a bump foul and 3 new Coyotes ready to check in. at this dead ball after Breitbach is called for his first personal.
Yeah, dribbler got around Breitbach. He just panicked and fouled him, so it goes out of bounds here.
Janot, Noah Rath, Leo Kendor, Lenardi, and also Rivlin out on the floor for Williston as Latray gets a block. Kind of a dangerous play with 2 fouls, but he makes it. And then the Wolves unable to convert on the other end as they turn it over for the 7th time in this first half.
And I think Coach Hager will like that. That just shows aggressiveness. Just maybe a better touch pass on that.
Williston going to go to work against some full court defense. Look at that. Latray the steal. Latray the uncontested layup off the second turnover of the night for Williston. Take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
Just a beautiful anticipation, up and good, and gets the timeout.
We've got a quick timeout on the floor here from the Rough Riders Center. Hope you are enjoying this one as much as we are. It's 27-20, Coyotes with the lead. We're back right after this.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lac provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Welcome back to Watford City. A quick timeout there. Williston has spent 2 in the first quarter and about 2.5 minutes. Watford City has also spent 1. And if you're Coach Hager, I think you have to like the way that your team has started in the second quarter, don't you?
Absolutely, especially given the horrors of the second quarter this season so far.
Leo Kendor brings it up the floor for Williston. The floater is good as it trickles across the rim. And both of the timeouts from all 3 of these timeouts have resulted in good things. Coaches probably in a game like this wish they had more than 5.
It's great defense out there. Get them to change their move, and better pass.
And the extra pass from Moberg to Latray after Arnold had delivered it to Moberg. Unselfish basketball, and it results in a trip to the free throw line for the Wolves.
Yeah, that extra pass is always what they're preaching, and puts it in and actually goes to the line. Didn't quite get it in.
Jackson Janot picks up the foul, his first. Latray misses free throw number 1. He is now 1 for 3 from the free throw line. He has 3 points so far this evening, playing in his second game of the season. Second one.
Didn't quite roll.
No, just trickles off. The front rim as Noah Rath grabs the rebound. 29-20, Williston with the lead and the basketball. As Rath lines up a 3. Missed it, and it'll belong to Watford City. I think somebody must have opened a door here at the Rough Riders Center.
As a shooter, that's one you just forget. Shooter mentality, just keep firing.
That's right. Substitutions for both teams. Watford City has Breitbach, McGorman, DeVries, Latray, and Arnold out there. And Williston will line up to play defense here as McGorman brings it into the front court and finds DeVries. Tristan, nice pass to Arnold. Beautiful 2-man game there as DeVries feeds Arnold.
That was a nice job. The drive sucks in the defense, leaves Arnold open, pass to him, easy 2.
Joel Heraldez, a junior, on the floor for Williston. He has the ball and he gets called for a double dribble. 3rd turnover. 29-22. Williston up by 7. Watford City with the basketball, trying to make it a 2-possession game as Breitbach brings it into the front court. Over on the right side to McGorman. Arnold to DeVries, right back to Thaden. He gets triple teamed, tried an underhand pass out of active defensive hands from the Coyotes, results in the 8th turnover of the night against Watford City.
That's a tough pass by Arnold. Kind of want to just keep that one.
Heraldez to Kendor, who drives, hangs, does not hit. Rebound by Latray. The Wolves trying to run the other direction. And Watford City probably wants a slower paced game than Williston as Arnold tries the hook. Good idea, but it falls short.
He had some space, didn't realize the defender wasn't really behind him. Probably could have made a move.
Williston coming the other way with Justin Ergens. Justin off to a good start. Hasn't made a field goal yet, but was 3 for 4 from the free throw line in the first quarter. Thought about a 3. Dishes it off to Janot. Up top to Heraldez. This is about the deepest the shot clock has gone on the Coyotes as it's down to 10. And it's a good take and a good decision by Justin Ergens, who gets his first field goal of the ball game.
A nice decision to drive, go through two players and lay it in.
31-22 as we reach the 3-minute mark of this first half. McGorman, jump stop out to Latre, straightaway three. Off the mark, rebound by Kendor.
Good look, though, by Latre.
31-22, Kendor drives, and he gets that one to fall.
It's his second runner from that location.
And Kendor now with 8. He leads Williston, already exceeding his season average of 7 points per game. Latre on the right wing to McGorman. Down to Latre, kicks it out left corner. DeVries for 3. Too strong. Rebound. Kendor able to keep it away from Breitbach and ensure another possession for the Coyotes. Both teams have scored 8 points in this second quarter. Now make it 10 for Williston.
Again, another drive and put it in and 2, and we get a timeout.
Another timeout. This one brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. It's Williston 35, Watford City 22, and a good one here from the Rough Riders Center. We're back after this.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
But maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
But maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank,
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Welcome back to Watford City. We want to thank Shiloh Chavez for sponsoring our timeouts this season. You can visit with her at her office in Watford City in the First International location on Main Street. Visit with her about any financial questions or ideas you might have, as Watford City has spent 2 timeouts now. Both teams using their timeouts pretty liberally here in this first half.
Well, I think both teams just want to make sure everything is going right for them. Watford doesn't want the game to get too far out of hand, and Williston doesn't want to let Watford back into it.
Killdeer led Watford City by 14 at halftime in Watford City's last game, as DeVries misses, rebound tipped out and controlled by Kendor. He's done a nice job rebounding despite being one of the shorter players on the floor. As Janot passes right side to Heraldez. I like Williston's rotation. They've been bringing a lot of guys in off the bench. There's a extra defender who comes over there for the block. That's Tristan DeVries making the defensive play and then getting fouled near half court.
Yeah, it was a good job by DeVries. Gets the rebound and then gets that foul called against Williston's number 40.
Kendor picks up his first. That is the second team foul. Neither team near the bonus as of yet, with 99 seconds remaining before halftime. Best with the dribble handoff to DeVries. Now Moberg takes a couple of steps into the paint, gets it back to Best. He drained a buzzer beater to end the first quarter for the Wolves. Out to Moberg. Harper drives, puts up an off-balance shot. No rebound, grabbed by Ergens.
Like the idea, but maybe a better shot selection there on that runner.
Rivlin double-teamed, kicks it out to Janot. Jackson Janot made a couple of threes early in this first quarter. Hasn't scored since then, as we have 65 seconds remaining before halftime. Williston taking a little bit longer on some of these possessions as the game has gotten deeper.
Which is interesting considering they're using how much of their bench.
Rivland got a nice looking shot, but it trickles off the rim, and the rebound controlled by the Wolves. Best into the corner for Breitbach. He hits another three.
Drains the 3.
Carter with his second Cornerstone Bank 3 of the night gets the Wolves back to within 10 at 35-25. Jackson Janot taking his time. Now he gets the screen and does cross the timeline with 27 on the shot clock.
2-second differential. I was going to say maybe use the clock, but nope.
They decide not to this time as Arnold gets the long rebound. Now Watford City can hold for the final shot as the shot clock goes dark, but Breitbach looks like he wants to be aggressive as well. Into the corner to DeVries. We know Tristan wants to be aggressive.
Absolutely.
He decides to pass it out to Breitbach. Down to 7 seconds. Back to DeVries. 4-3. It's good!
And that was a beautiful screen by Breitbach here to set that up.
And that will do it for our first half. Watford City with some clutch three-pointers at the end of both the first quarter and the second quarter, and they are within 7 of the AA Williston Coyotes as both teams head to the halftime locker rooms. A lot to talk about, and we'll try to talk about it all coming up next during your halftime show. It's brought to you by Nodak Insurance Company with Eric Mogan. We'll be back right after this on GameDay Media.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help. This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on GameDay Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey, Dad, will you check the cows?
Use this instead, Grandpa. The cows look fine, Dad.
In my day, we had to sleep in the barn to check the cows.
Combining tradition and technology. Respecting the past while embracing the future. RTC Networks.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota. GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Welcome back to Watford City as the Little Wolves have taken over down on the court. They are having fun and putting on a show, entertaining this good-sized crowd on hand here tonight for the last basketball games before Christmas. And we want to thank you for joining us wherever you are joining us here on GameDay Media this evening. Entertaining first half of basketball between these two teams. It's a 7-point lead for Williston, and the Coyotes did lead for much of the first half. They led by as many as 14 in the first quarter. Watford City started the second quarter on a little bit of a run, and Williston took the lead back and led by double digits for much of the second quarter after Wolves had trimmed it to 9 on a few different occasions. And it's a 7-point game at the break as Watford City was able to get a buzzer beater from Kyle Best to end the first quarter, and then pretty close to another buzzer beater by Tristan DeVries to end the second quarter and make it a 35-28 game at the break. Let's take a look at the team's stats from the first half for Williston. They were 14 of 29 from the field. That was after 9 of 15 in the first quarter, so they cooled off a little bit in the second quarter. They did make 4 threes. All of those came in the first quarter. Not sure if it was a little bit of a change in defensive strategy by the Wolves or if it was just a matter of Williston not able to convert on their three-point looks in the second quarter, but whatever it was, the difference was substantial there from quarter one to quarter two. And then from the free throw line, Williston 3 out of 4 from the free throw line for 75%. The Coyotes did commit 3 turnovers and 6 fouls, but 3 turnovers for a half. Coach McLaughlin has to be pleased with that. Chaz, what did you think of Williston's offensive first half?
Thought they did well. That drive and then kick, and sometimes drive and put it in, get the foul. You got to be happy with only 3 turnovers in a half. And that cooling down, as you said, probably a little bit of pressure, probably just the fact that they saw that the drive was open and just took it right up to the layup.
On the other side, for Watford City, it turned out to be a really good first half. They didn't shoot as high a percentage in the first quarter, but they finished the half 11 for 25 for 44%. They made 5 3-pointers, so they ended up with 1 more 3 than Williston did in the first half there. They struggled from the free throw line, going 1 out of 4. And they did have some turnover issues again, 8 in the first half, which is a little bit of a high number, but lower than some of their halves have been here this year. But if you're Coach Hager, you got to be pleased with the foul number, only at 3. So they were plus 3 in the foul differential, despite being minus 5 in the turnover differential in the first half.
Well, and as aggressive as Watford City is, with those foul totals, you'll take that. And those turnovers, Williston is just active hands, aggressive, getting out there. But those 3-pointers for Watford, they like the corners based on my shot chart.
Yes, they certainly do. Now, individual scoring numbers, there's a lot to talk about. 7 different scorers for Williston, 8 different scorers for Watford City. Both coaches have to like that, how balanced of scoring the individual numbers have been through the first half. Leo Kendor leading everybody. Coming off the bench for Williston, he had 8 first-half points. It was Justin Ergens with 7, Jackson Janot with 6, Chance Riveland and Drew Harper with 5 points each, Drake Lopez Cervantes and William Leonardi with 2 points each for Williston's first-half total of 35. For Watford City, Carter Breitbach led the way in the first half with 6 points as he hit a 3 in each of the first 2 quarters. It was Kyle Best with 5 points, Thaden Arnold 4 points, Tristan DeVries 3 points, Xavier McGorman 3 points, Dominic Latre 3 points, and then off the bench both Harper Moberg and Brandon Spacer with 2 points each. 8 players played in the first half for Watford City. Every one of them scored.
Well, and that's just, passing the ball, looking for the open guy. I think we saw a couple of those where they made the extra pass to get the wide open look. So you got to be happy. 7-point game at this point against a AA team. You got to be happy if you're Coach Hager.
I think so. The Little Wolves just concluding their halftime fun out there. The Coyotes are all ready to go. They didn't stay very long in the locker room. Looks like Watford City is still in their halftime locker room. This halftime show has been brought to you by the Nodak Insurance Company with your agent in Watford City and McKenzie County, Eric Mogan. I want to thank Eric and his entire staff for being a great sponsor here this year on GameDay Media. Their mission is to meet the lifetime financial needs of their clients by providing competitive products and outstanding service. We are just about ready for the second half. We're going to take one last time out and get ready for quarter number 3 from the Rough Riders Center. You're watching GameDay Media.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealers. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment. Work ready. Field proven.
Welcome back to the Rough Riders Center, presented by Northern States Fishing Tools. Chaz, I don't think I introduced our officials for tonight. Why don't you tell us about tonight's reffing crew?
Absolutely. Our umpires tonight are Kevin Schneider, Richard Seiner. Our referee tossing the ball up, Dustin Urbis, the pride of Richland County High School.
A good crew here this evening. Do you know, will this be our crew for game number 2 as well?
It will be.
All right, very good. Make sure you stick around for that one. That's going to be a really good matchup there on the girls' side between the 5-0 Watford City Wolves and the AA Williston Coyotes. Williston had started off to an undefeated start, and then they ran into an extremely good Bismarck Century team down in the capital city.
It's always tough to go down to Bismarck Century and get a win. Doesn't matter who you are.
It certainly is. They have put together an amazing program there at Bismarck Century. Let's get you started with the third quarter and a quick foul. 13 seconds into quarter number 3 as DeVries was driving. It's going to be the 7th foul of the game against Williston and the second personal against Drew Harper.
Again, that's what the aggressiveness of DeVries brings to this game.
Breitbach looking to get it in on the baseline out of bounds. Play took too long. 5-second call, so an early foul against Williston, an early turnover against Watford City. Not the way either coach wanted to start this third quarter.
Probably not. Looks like a full court man-to-man here for Watford.
Matensi St. Charles will bring the ball up the floor against the defense of Xavier McGorman. Pass goes on the left side to Chance Rivland. Up top to St. Charles. Dribble handoff to Justin Ergens. Into the corner to Rivland for 3. Swish. Nice play there by the Coyotes.
Nice screen by number 21 to clear him out.
And Rivland with his second 3 of the night. 13th 3 of the ball game. A 10-point lead for the Coyotes now. As the ball goes out of bounds, it'll stay with Watford City. So one change in the starting lineup from the first quarter to the third quarter as Rivland is in there for Williston. Watford City with their original starting 5 out there. DeVries, Breitbach, McGorman. Oh, correction. They've got Best on the floor
Kyle
instead
Best,
of
I think,
Latre.
is out there. Yeah.
Yeah, so this both teams with one change in the starting lineup as the Wolves go back to their starting lineup from the first 2 games of the year as that shot is good. It counts, and the foul for Justin Ergens.
That was an interesting drive. I was a little afraid someone was going to step in and take that charge, but he gets it up, rolls around, and one.
So DeVries picks up his first foul. Latre did have some foul trouble. I'm not sure if that has something to do with him not starting the third quarter. Hopefully no injury is involved in either one of the lineup changes. I don't think it is on Williston's side. I do see Latre on the bench for Watford City, so hopefully he will be able to come in here when he needs to in this third quarter. Wolves with basketball down by 13.
Important possession for the Wolves here. Keep it close.
It is. They've hit some timely 3s so far tonight as Breitbach tries to hit a timely 2 at short. Rebound grabbed by Chance Rivland.
Tough runner there to make.
Harper cut off by Arnold. Outside to Rivland. Right pass to Ergens. Spin move on DeVries. Good defense though from Tristan, but the rebound is there for Ergens. Did not hit the rim, so no shot clock reset. And it will be another timeout taken by Williston, an early third quarter timeout taken by the Coyotes. It's Williston 41, Watford City 28. You're watching Game Day Media, and we'll be back right after this LPL Financial timeout brought to you by Shiloh Chavez.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Welcome back to the Rough Riders Center. 13-point lead for the Coyotes. They are on a 6-0 run to start this third quarter.
Yeah, nice timeout by Williston. They were kind of throwing the ball around there, maybe a little on edge. So just calm them down. course, both teams liberal use of their timeouts in this game.
It has been, yeah. It's always fascinating to me when a coach decides to take a timeout, and neither team has been saving them for late in this game. We'll see if one of these teams might want one or two of those timeouts back for an end-of-game situation. Three-pointer off the mark for Janot. Long rebound. Moberg goes diving for it, and it will be a held ball. Possession arrow is going to keep it on this end of the floor.
Nice job by Moberg there to get the tie up, dive onto the court, sacrifice the body.
Matensi St. Charles averages 6.5 points per game. He will inbound. He has not scored yet tonight for Williston. Ergens pass to Janot.
Good defense there. Well,
two guys were guarding him, and then both of them thought the other one was going to take him the rest of the way, and he ended up getting an open shot.
I was saying good defense, then they left him wide open. So
they did.
What do I know?
43-28. Kyle Best drives and kicks out to Carter Breitbach. Over on the right side to DeVries. Tristan double teamed. Back to Breitbach.
We got to get it into Thaden.
Oh, a kick ball there. Yep, that's the correct call.
Should be a 20-second shot clock. There we go.
They got it. Good work downstairs. And good recognition here by Chaz Neff, our color commentator for this evening. DeVries to Breitbach. Open three. No. Rebound. Going to result in a tie-up. Arnold had a chance at it. Good aggressiveness by Matensi St. Charles as he skied in there, and he didn't let go.
He did not, and a little scary moment there. He could have bounced off Thaden, and yeah, Thaden is a big individual, but he uses his size well.
And he's quite a bit bigger than Matensi St. Charles, as they are going to call a foul there on that shot attempt by DeVries, and Tristan will have his first free throws of the ball game.
And that's an interesting stat because usually with the way he plays, he goes to the line far more often.
Definitely. He was 3 for 4 in the last game for the Wolves. As the first one is up there and good.
And I'll say this about Tristan. Sometimes it's tough because he is so built that people tend to just kind of bounce off him and it doesn't look like a foul.
Right. Yep. And he gets one of two here to get the Wolves on the board. He gets a steal. Moberg falls down, and Coach Hager will take a timeout. Both teams have now spent 3 timeouts through the first 2 quarters and a little under 3 minutes. 43-29 Coyotes. Stick around. You're watching Game Day Media. Welcome back to Watford City. 43-29. The Coyotes enjoying the lead. Watford City with the basketball. Wolves have played well in the third quarter for much of this season. We'll see if they can continue that trend after they played a little better in the second quarter than they had for most of the year. Right now, the difference of this game has been the first quarter. 11th turnover of the game against Watford City as Williston takes it into the front court. Jackson Janot over on the right side to Chance Rivland. Here's a three. Short, rebounded by Breitbach.
He's quick out with it, and ooh.
Good transition defense, almost an over and back, but the Wolves get it in the corner to Moberg, who misses the three, rebounded by Chance Rivland.
It's a good job by Breitbach not to commit the over and back there.
Here is an off-balance runner from Ergens. No offensive rebound. Janotny scores. The Wolves haven't been giving up very many of those offensive rebounds, but they do, and it immediately turns into second chance points for Williston on that possession.
Oh, Thaden Arnold coming out, set a screen, then gets the ball and trying to set an offense for him. Pick and roll there.
Good pass from DeVries down low, and the offensive foul is called. Arnold makes the basket, but will wipe it off as they call the charge against Arnold, his first.
And that's the thing about Thaden is everybody sees game film now, so they see, oh, he drops the shoulder. Our defensive player will just hit the ground and hopefully get that call.
45-29. Latre back into the lineup for the Wolves. Spacer will come in at the next dead ball. Williston sending in some fresh faces as well. Ergens to Kendor, who really had a nice first half for the Coyotes. In fact, he led everybody in scoring with 8 first half points. Ergens blocked by Latre, and Dominic able to grab the defensive rebound himself. Pushes it up the floor to Breitbach. Carter with a nice move. Pass into the left corner to DeVries for 3. No rebound.
Not a lot of rebounders under there for Williston, but they were able to come out with it.
Lenardi able to take it away as reverse layup is missed. A foul is called, and that'll send Drake Lopez Cervantes to the Williston free throw line.
That was a good foul by DeVries, trying to get the block, and took the guy out on the way down.
Second personal, third team foul of the quarter. So the Wolves now have doubled their fouls from the first half through the first 5 minutes of this third quarter.
Spacer comes back in for Arnold. Not getting a lot of offense in Arnold so far in this game.
No, just 4 points so far this evening for Thaden. As the second free throw is good. Cervantes with 4 points off the bench. He only averages 1.3 points per game, so Coyotes getting a lot of offense from a lot of different players in this one. They've built an 18-point lead. Here's a drive by Moberg, finger roll too strong. Rebound Cervantes, up ahead to Kendor. Leo able to run it down and let the rest of his team join him in the half-court offense.
Kendor is impressing me out there for Williston off the bench. Played a lot of JV minutes too.
Yes, he's been fun to watch. Lenardi unable to convert as Latre comes away with the defensive rebound. Wolves down 18, going to be a dangerous point in this game right now for Watford City. They need to string a few good possessions together. Nice pass, and that's a good start as Spacer tries to start this comeback.
Beautiful cut across the lane by Spacer. Make himself open and good.
Almost an answer for Lopez Cervantes. He missed it. Rebounded by William Leonardi, and he will draw a foul and go to the free throw line on the other end for Williston.
It's a tough foul by Spacer, wanting to get the ball and just took the arm and down.
Spacer's first, 4th team foul. So with 2:22 left to go in the third, Williston will be in the bonus for the remainder of this third quarter. Chance Rivlin back into the game for Williston.
Could be a tough road to hoe for Watford City here with that bonus. 2:22, every foul is going to go to the line for Williston.
Only Latre and DeVries have more than one personal foul, so they aren't in any immediate danger as far as individual players go with fouls, but the team fouls may get out of control here towards the end of this third quarter, but luckily for the Wolves, that number will reset before the fourth quarter begins.
Kendor still out there being active on defense, tipped it out of bounds. Well, Harper could have came across. On an inbound, you can cross the division line there.
Watford City with it. It'll be a long-range 2 for DeVries off the back rib. Rebounded by Spacer. Goes up between 3. Coyotes, he scores. It counts. And the foul.
Great rebound there by Spacer on this RTC replay. Gets it, goes up, gets the foul, and one.
43, William Leonardi, his second.
Second personal against Leonardi, and the third team foul of the quarter against Williston. Spacer at the line, rattles home the free throw to complete the important 3-point play, getting the Wolves back to within 15.
See if they can defensively hold Williston here. Looks like a high court trap.
2 minutes left to go in this third quarter, and with both teams only down to 2 timeouts remaining, I think they're going to let the players figure this out for the rest of the quarter as Rivland drains another 3. He's got 11 for the Coyotes.
Can understand the defensive change, but Williston passes the ball so well.
Moberg out to DeVries. He'll try to answer with a 3. No. Rebounded by Will Leonardi. Here goes the Coyotes the other direction. Lopez Cervantes outside. to Heraldez down low, knocked around, tipped around. Williston saves it. They reset the shot clock. Kendor tipped away by Moberg, out of bounds, and it'll belong to Watford City.
But, you know, good offensive rebounding, good tipping, good passing by Williston. That's why they're leading this game.
Harper and St. Charles back onto the floor for Williston.
Xavier McGorman looks like comes in for DeVries.
Important stretch here for the Wolves, currently down 18 as we near the end of this third quarter. Going to have to put together a really nice end of the third and start of the fourth as they try to make a comeback.
It's all about possessions now.
Here goes McGorman, and then immediate impact as he is back into the game. He gets it to fall. He's got 5, back to a 16-point game.
See if they can get a defensive stop here. But Williston, their passing offense been so good so far.
Williston, I was going to say slowing things down, but not really, as Lopez Cervantes attacks and hits the layup.
Well, that's the alternative, is you give them the drive and then they just take it.
54-36. Watford City with a basketball. Here's Spacier. Hey, a nice looking shot for Brandon Spacier. He's having his best quarter of the season. 7 points in this third quarter for Brandon Spacier.
I don't know if that was a pass or a shot to the old skyhook.
It went through. That's all that counts.
Exactly.
Put it up on the NCC scoreboard. Both teams put some shots up and in this third quarter. There's Kendor with another nice move. 10 points. He's into double figures for Williston. Down to 3 seconds. Can the Wolves beat the buzzer again? Nope. Latre has it stripped away by Kendor to end our third quarter. Williston 56, Watford City 38. Stick around. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Have you ever wondered how your internet works? It starts with fiber in the ground.
And local employees who connect that fiber to your home or business.
Our 9,000 miles of fiber keep you connected
to your neighbors and the world, while keeping your data safe from intrusions, viruses, and malware.
At RTC Networks, we're proud to offer our community the fastest, most reliable fiber optic internet available. Our goal is to keep you connected seamlessly and securely.
Welcome back to the Rough Riders Center. You're watching Game Day Media's double header coverage here tonight between Williston and Watford City. My name is Titus Denberg. Happy to be alongside Chaz Neff for this doubleheader tonight.
Happy to be here, Titus, right before the Christmas season. Nice little doubleheader action to bring us into the holiday season.
Absolutely. The girls matchup, one of the best in all the state here tonight. Williston versus Watford City, a single A versus double A matchup. We'll have that for you immediately following this boys game. Williston, 1 quarter away from picking up their first victory of the season. Their first single A opponent of the year, as the straightaway 3 is missed. They've played 2 EDC schools and 2 WDA schools. Their next opponent is Minot, so they would really like to pick up a victory here today, give them some momentum heading into the Christmas break, and that'll help. 3-pointer from Justin Ergens, his first 3 of the game, but he does lead the Coyotes with 13 points, and that is their 7th 3-pointer as a team so far this evening.
He can drive, he can shoot the 3, does it all for him.
Latre out to Breitbach. Carter guarded by Jackson Janot. Hands it off to McGorman. That's Harper Moberg. Nice pass into Latre. Good defense, but a foul is called. A really good pass, also really good defense, but it does end up being a foul.
Yeah, got the body underneath. Got the ball with the hand, but the body underneath. Interestingly here, Thaden Arnold still on the bench for Watford.
Okay, interesting. Coach Hager using some different rotations here in this third quarter. Kyle Best, or in the second half, I should say. Kyle Best got the start of the third quarter after Latre started the game. McGorman was on the bench for quite a while. Now Arnold on the bench for quite a while. Brandon Spacier really played well in that third quarter.
And both Spacier and Arnold now on the bench. So Interesting lineup here for Hager.
Latre hits 1 of 2, and that is the nice thing about having some non-conference games is you can experiment a little bit, as Watford City is going to be very busy with a extremely difficult Region 4 schedule. Nice aggressive move by Mackenzie St. Charles for his first points of the game. Puts the Coyotes up by 21.
Starting to get away from Watford here. See if they can respond. Didn't quite get the floater.
Good move by Breitbach, but did not get the bounce, and Williston turns it over on the other end.
Yeah, it's a pass you just want to make a little bit better, or maybe even slow it down, especially given the lead.
Up next for Watford City will be a trip to the central part of the state in between Christmas and New Year's. They'll go to Carrington, where they'll take on the Carrington Cardinals, who are hosting that event out there, a 2-day event, and also take on Northern Cass, the Northern Cass Jaguars. In an interesting matchup there. Northwest team taking on a Southeast team in that matchup. So that is what's up next on the schedule for the Wolves. Here's a drive, right-hand layup from the left side off the mark for Mackenzie St. Charles. Rebound taken by the Wolves as they try to cut into this 22-point deficit. McGorman in the left corner, Moberg for 3. Too strong. Rebounded by Noah Rath.
Good look and would have been helpful if it dropped, but it's just a possessions game at this point.
And Williston takes another timeout. Kendor in, Arnold in.
Is it just a substitution timeout?
Maybe. It seems awful early in the game for that, unless there was a dead ball. They have not taken a timeout off of the scoreboard, so there must have been some sort of dead ball. Or was there an injury? Oh, there's an injury concern. That's what we're missing.
Okay.
Mackenzie St. Charles is going to get looked at by the Williston coaching staff. So an injury stoppage there. Allowed both of those substitutions to come in, one for each team. Drake Lopez Cervantes passes it off to Justin Ergens into the corner. 3 from Janot. No. Rebounded momentarily by Williston. They lost it. They get it back. Shot no good, out of bounds. It will stay with Williston.
Ergens is just all over the place.
Yeah.
Bouncing the ball around, getting the rebounds, taking it right back up. I like how he's been playing tonight.
He was averaging just under 10 points per game coming into tonight. This effort will put him over 10 points per game for the season so far, as he is at 13 already tonight. We still have 5:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Good defense as Latre steals the entry pass. Here come the Wolves the other direction off the 7th Williston turnover. Arnold into the corner for Latre. Good fake. Passes it out to Breitbach for 3. It's good.
Big shot for Watford City. Now we get a timeout.
Third 3 of the night from Carter Breitbach. 3-pointers this year are brought to you by Cornerstone Bank. Cornerstone Bank gives you straight answers and the best possible financial options. It's your money, so the people who help you make decisions about it are not only accessible, they're experts. Once again, thank you to Cornerstone Bank. We're back right after this quick timeout.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
But like, maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
But like, maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank,
But like, maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Welcome back to Watford City. We have an opportunity now to thank our live read sponsors. We'll get it started with the McKenzie County Heritage Park at North Dakota Oil Museum, where the pioneering spirit runs strong. They're open year-round, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. There on the west side of Watford City. Also want to thank WCAG, one church, multiple locations. Visit us in Watford City. We're going to have a Christmas Eve service, 2 of them, on Wednesday, 3:30 and 5 o'clock, right here in Watford City. Visit us at WCAG.church. And we also want to thank the Wolfpack Booster Club. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram. They do a great job of supporting Watford City High School athletics and activities. The strength is in the pack. Here's Kendor driving and drawing a foul. That'll send Kendor to the free throw line with a chance to add to his 10 points that he's scored already so far tonight.
Little press there for Watford City. Williston able to break it. Thayden Arnold just stuffed that back into Kendor. A little more aggressive, so got the foul.
Free throw good. Arnold now with 2 fouls. First foul of the quarter against Watford City. Arnold, Latre, and DeVries all with 2 fouls each. Nobody else with more than 1. Williston will keep it.
Yep, one off of Breitbach.
For Williston, they have Leonardi, Harper, and St. Charles with 2 fouls. Nobody else with more than 1. Kendor takes it around the left side, lost the dribble. That'll be a turnover, the 8th against Williston.
A lot of dribble entry for Williston in this game. And Watford just not sliding over, making that move, making that defensive move.
Watford City has taken better care of the ball in the second half, but they have not been able to make a serious run at the Coyotes as of yet. Nice pass from Best to Arnold, who misses the short-range jumper rebound to the Coyotes.
Beautiful offense, just couldn't finish the shot.
There goes Janot. He scores. It counts in the foul. Jackson Janot with a chance for a 3-point play.
And this is a foul on the RTC replay here. Thaden Arnold just, I mean, it looks worse than it is because he's a bigger guy, but definitely a foul.
Didn't give him a place to land.
Nope.
There, and that will put Janot at the free throw line after Arnold's 3rd foul. Your Coach Hager, you're probably not upset with the foul being committed, but in a situation like that, you want to make sure the player doesn't make the shot. And also, you'd prefer to have somebody else probably pick up a foul rather than Arnold being his 3rd personal.
Correct, and it's a different thing if he just went straight up, but he kind of went A to B into the guy, so they'll call that every time.
64-42 on your NCC scoreboard. Williston with the basketball. Janot drives on DeVries, kicks it out to Kendor. Leo almost gets that one to fall, but he does not, and Watford City claims the defensive rebound. DeVries along the baseline out to Best.
Oh, nice move.
Yeah, it was. Unable to finish. And the rebound cleared out of there by Williston. We've said that a few times tonight. A good move by Watford City, just unable to convert. On the other end, Leo Kendor hits the left-handed layup. He's got 13 for the Coyotes.
He's having a game.
He is. He's one of the leading candidates, I would say, for our first International Bank and Trust Player of the Game. Stick around for that during our post-game show. Good look for Arnold, but too strong on the free throw line area jumper. Rebound to Williston as they have pulled ahead now by 24. Traveling called their 9th Williston turnover.
And usually Arnold will make those 10-footers there from the free throw line, so it's just kind of an off night.
It was. We saw him last year really develop a nice mid-range game that really expanded his opportunities. I think we've seen a few 3-point attempts from him this year. If
Absolutely.
he can extend it from a mid-range game to even a 3-point range game, he could really be a force to be reckoned with. But he is going to pick up the foul here. It looked like he had a good chance at an offensive rebound, but instead it will be
see if we can see it on the replay. Nope.
Personal foul.
Yeah, I think he just kind of got in behind him, didn't establish good position. So
he is in individual foul trouble right now. There's one more, and he will foul out of this one as Williston commits their 10th turnover. And Williston has really played a nice game, but if you're Coach McLaughlin here, you're probably not too happy with the way some of these possessions have gone down here lately.
It's been a lot of not running their offense, just kind of throwing it around, and especially in the WDA where they play mainly, you got to be tighten that up.
A lot of really good opponents coming up on this year's schedule for Williston as the Wolves commit a turnover, their 12th of the evening, and Williston turns it right back over.
Drew Harper there trying to not really know what to do with it, and then decided late and traveled.
2:56 to go. Williston in the driver's seat of this one. We'll see.
I think this is one where look at these next two possessions, see if they can score. If not, maybe sub some guys in, work some offense. Get ready for your next game.
Breitbach over to DeVries. Tristan into the paint. Jump stop. Kicks it out to McGorman. Zave, a spin move out to Breitbach. A deep three. It's good. This is a great sign for the Wolves. Breitbach now with
nice steal by DeVries.
3-pointers. Breitbach
can he
another
hit it
one?
Again?
Not that time.
Well, that was good hustle there.
And fortunate for Latre, he found the empty spot on the bench to hustle into, and thankfully he is okay. Everybody on the bench there rearranges the chairs, and
usually when you're on the bench, you want to provide a cushion for your player there.
66-45. Breitbach, the leading scorer for the Wolves tonight with 12, and there's an answer from the three-point line. On the other side, Chance Rivland up to 14. He has done almost all of his damage from the Cornerstone Bank three-point line as well for Williston.
Bench players coming up big for Williston tonight.
Goes Arnold out to Latre. Corner three for DeVries. No, but he gets his own rebound. Drives and kicks. Now McGormand inside to Arnold. Thaden lowers the shoulder, puts the shot up, and it's good off the glass.
And that's a good no call. Didn't really gain anything on that, so.
He's up to 6 points. Arnold and Breitbach playing good down the stretch. That can give the Wolves some good momentum heading into their next ball games as Arnold gets the block on the defensive end. He's got the ball on the offensive end right now as Kendor went for the steal, didn't get it. Arnold, back-to-back baskets for the big man.
And that's the kind of shot you expect from Thaden Arnold, that little runner in the middle.
Wolves back within 20. Once again, Arnold providing some good defense, playing out there with 4 fouls. This is a really good chance for Thaden to learn how to play with 4 fouls in his senior season. He hopefully won't be in that big of foul trouble if you're Watford City that much this year, but it probably will happen in a long season, so it's good to know how to do it.
Well, and just the way he plays, kind of the bodying up, he's going to be in foul trouble. He just needs to learn to use the body and adapt to the officials.
That is right. We're going to get Chaz here situated and send him down to the court for some post-game interviews as we go into this final minute of action. Here, Breitbach to Arnold. Out to Latre for 3. That's good. Dominic Latre hits his first three-pointer of the season. And once again, Watford City getting some nice momentum down the stretch of this one. 32.9 seconds to go. Leo Kendor into the right corner. To Lenardi, a 1 second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. Kendor back outside to Rivland. As Williston letting most of the clock expire here. And they will not put up a shot at the shot clock buzzer. That's the shot clock, and they will call that the ball game. So this one is gone final. Williston picks up their first win of the season as they come on down south here and get the win over Watford City. Final score tonight, Williston 69, Watford City 52. Stick around. We'll have your Johnson and Sundin postgame show coming up right after this.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more. Located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Welcome into your Johnson & Sundin Law Office postgame show, providing quality legal expertise with common sense and small-town service. Chaz Neff is down on the floor with our First International Bank and Trust player of the game, Leo Kendor. Chaz, take it away.
Thank you, Titus. Here with Leo Kendor, our player of the game for Williston. Leo, great job out there. I saw you have some great minutes in JV. Did that help in any way in getting ready for today?
Yeah, JV always helps me getting ready for the game, especially off the bus, not feeling very well. Get the few layups in, few fast breaks, get my legs moving, ready for varsity game. And so, Leo, active hands out there, saw some steals, saw some great drives. Explain how it felt out there for you. Well, defense is a very important part of my game, especially if I'm not doing so well on offense. The defense you run is basically hustle, just hustle. You get a couple of steals, get momentum going, helps the team a lot. Thank you very much, Leo, and congratulations. You're our First International Bank and Trust player of the game. I'm going to slide over here to your head coach here. And, Coach, great win tonight. Nice to build some momentum coming into WDA. What'd you think?
I thought it was good. I mean, Watford City's a really gritty team. They don't give up. They play hard. So that's some good momentum that we can take into the break, get ready for Minot. Some things we can build off of. Obviously, some things we need to fix, but still good things. I thought you had a lot of nice drives, a lot of kickouts, some good three-pointers. Offensively, what'd you think tonight? I thought offensively was good. I mean, I think we had 3, maybe 4 guys in double digits, and that's what I've been preaching all year is losing Bridger Johnson last year and Isaiah St. Romain the year before, our 2 leading scorers. I mean, it's a win by committee for us. So we really have to share the ball, be selfless, and we did that tonight, and we need to carry that through into WDA play. I think we had 8 or 10 players scoring for you tonight, so equal balance for you. But great win tonight. Thank you. Have a great holiday season and a great rest of your season, all right? Thank you. Appreciate it. You bet. Titus.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Chaz. Great job down there with our post-game show, coaches' comments, and our First International Bank and Trust player of the game. First International Bank and Trust is a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers. Welcome you back upstairs for your post-game show, brought to you by Johnson & Sundin Law Office. Williston led pretty much the entire game here tonight. 25-14 after one quarter, 35-28 at the halftime break, 56-38 after 3 quarters, and 69-52 for the final. For Williston tonight, they were 26 of 56 from the field. They made 8 three-pointers and shot really well, 9 of 12 from the free throw line for their 69 points. Watford City went 20 of 48 from the field. They hit a season-high 8 three-pointers as well. They were 4 for 9 from the field, from the free throw line, I should say. They committed 12 turnovers as well, so they cleaned that up in the second half. Once again, the half amount of turnovers in the second half as they did in the first half for the second straight game. Really noticeable here tonight, cutting it down from 8 to 4 after that Killdeer game. They cut it down from 14 down to 7. Let's take a look at the individual scoring numbers from tonight. Williston had 4 players in double figures. They were led by Chance Riveland, who scored 14 points, exceeding his season average of 12.5 points per game as he made 4 three-pointers. Right behind him was Justin Ergens with 13, and Leo Kendor, our First International Bank and Trust player of the game, just a sophomore. He exceeded his season average of 7 points per game with 13 here tonight. Jackson Janot also contributed with 12. And it was Drake Lopez Cervantes coming off the bench and scoring 6 points. Drew Harper with 5, Will Leonardi with 4, and Matensi St. Charles with 2 for Williston's total of 69. For Watford City, Carter Breitbach led the Wolves with 12. He hit 4 Cornerstone Bank three-pointers. He was key tonight for Watford City. He will be a really important part for this Wolves offense as the season rolls along. And it was Brandon Spacier who had his season high in scoring. Coming in off the bench, he scored 9 points. Then it was Thaden Arnold with 8, Dominic Latre with 7, Xavier McGorman and Kyle Best with 5 points each. Tristan DeVries with 4 and Harper Moberg with 2. Everybody who got in the game for the Wolves scored at least 2 points. It was good to see some balance on the floor there on offense for the Wolves. as they do drop their second in a row to a record of 2-2, while Williston picks up their first victory of the season. They improved to 1-4 here this year. We are going to quickly turn the page. We'll be back with your pregame show for game number 2 in just a moment. Stick around. You're watching Game Day Media.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
Come back to Watford City. Welcome into your Hagen Equipment pregame show for game number 2. Chaz Neff is down on the floor for our Watford City Farmers Union coaches' comments with Watford City head coach Tom Dwyer. Chaz, take it away.
Thank you, Titus. We're here with Watford City Girls head coach Tom Dwyer. Coach Dwyer, big game in your last one. You beat Turtle Mountain, #1 seed. Now you're taking on Williston here. You got a big stretch. How's that going for you?
Yeah, it's a lot, having played Turtle Mountain, a good team on Saturday. Sunday we were resting up, and now we're playing another really, really talented team on Monday. So, we'll see how the girls handle it, kind of without a lot of game prep, practicing for Williston specifically. So, excited to see how it shakes out.
Balanced scoring has been a theme for you guys. What do you think tonight for your team?
I continue to preach to my team, right? Just continue to find the open teammates. So, I think it'll just be dependent on how Williston's guarding us, who's getting open, and I think it could be any one of our 7 players.
What do you expect from the Coyotes coming out tonight?
Like I said, they're really talented. They're just smart. They have good knowledge of the game. They do good things offensively. Defensively, they're sound. They play really hard, so it's going to be a tough game.
Appreciate it, Coach Dwyer. Good luck tonight, and happy holidays if we don't see you. But Titus, that's Coach Dwyer for the Watford City Wolves.
Awesome.
Back to you.
Great work down there, Chaz. He's going to go on the other side and visit with Williston head coach Jacob Broughton right after this. Stick around to Game Day Media.
Imagine working with a team where your well-being is a top priority. At NCC, we champion work-life balance. Our culture ensures you have the time you need for life's important moments. We offer competitive pay that recognizes your hard work. Plus, enjoy comprehensive health insurance that puts your mind at ease. You'll also receive generous paid time off. And think future forward with our retirement contributions, securing your financial peace of mind. Join a team that values you. Work somewhere great and thrive. Don't wait for opportunity to knock. Open the door. Apply today at NCC. Visit nccray.com/careers.
Welcome back to your Hagen Equipment pregame show for some more coaches' comments down on the floor, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City. Let's toss it down to Chaz Neff.
Thank you, Titus. We're here with head coach for the Williston Girls, Jacob Broughton. Coach Broughton started out with 4 wins and went down to Century. What happened down there at Century there?
Century, sometimes it's okay when you get smacked early in the year. It gives you a little bit of a reality check, and we're not some unbeatable team, but I tell the girls, you're not winning a championship in December anyway. So let's take this. Let's not dwell on it, but let's learn from it.
What do you see coming into tonight's matchup? It is a Class A team, but they just knocked off a number 1 team. So what do you see in Watford?
That's exactly it. I think Watford's playing awesome ball and definitely not a team you can overlook by any means. You know, we've played them for a few years in a row now, so we know them, they know us, and it's going to be a competitive game, absolutely.
Who's someone that our fans should be watching on your team tonight? Someone maybe we should key in on? Well,
so Riley Ergen's number 40. She's our point guard. She definitely kind of runs the show, but then you got the Ostrom girls, 2 twins, and they are good players. And all 3 of them are sophomores, so it's kind of fun watching those 3 girls play.
Awesome. Well, good luck tonight. Coach Broughton, happy holidays if we don't see you, and I'll throw it right back to Titus.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Chaz. Great work as a sideline reporter down there. And
he's hired.
He's hired. That's right. Once again, thank you very much to all of the coaches here in this part of the state who are so willing to visit with us and give us a lot of great insight as we try to provide you with the highest quality broadcast possible. And great work down there by Chaz. We're going to step aside quickly here, and we come back. We'll have a whole lot more on your Hagen Equipment pregame show. Stick around. This is going to be a dandy between the Wolves and the Coyotes tonight. You're watching GameDay Media.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on GameDay Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Welcome back to Watford City. Welcome back into your Hagen Equipment pregame show. Hagen Equipment, your source for Case IH, Bobcat, and many more lines of equipment in Watford City. Visit Clayton and his outstanding crew there right on South Main Street in Watford City. Both teams continuing their warm-ups down on the floor, getting ready for this exciting matchup between the undefeated number 4 in the state, Watford City Wolves, coming in with a perfect record of 5-0. Taking on the Williston Coyotes, who check in with a record of 3-1, trying to avoid a losing streak after they began their season on a 3-game winning streak. It's time for your TNT Measurement Spotlight players for Watford City. We're going to put the spotlight on number 1 tonight, Annabelle Bond. Let me go through these numbers here so far on the season for Annabelle. She's averaging 14 points per game. That's impressive by itself. But then she fills out the rest of the stat sheet so impressively as well. 6 rebounds per game, 3.5 assists per game. Chaz, she averages 6 steals per game, and she's already hit 6 three-pointers to start the year.
She's very active, gets after it, both ends of the court. Just great future for Watford City.
And she is part of this extremely balanced bunch. I was going to say leads, and she does lead on occasion, but there's so many leaders who step in at different points throughout this season for the Wolves that have so far, and we'll look to continue to do that. It's such a fun team to watch and be able to call some games for them, as they have really impressed with the effort for their team through the first 5 games of the year, and you couldn't ask for a much better start than a 5-0 beginning for the Watford City Wolves. Their opponent tonight is the Williston Coyotes, and for Williston, we're going to put their sophomore, number 20, Avery Ostrom, into the player spotlight. Avery averages 21 points per game. That is incredible for a sophomore to average a point total like that. She also averages 8 rebounds per game, 2.5 assists, 7 threes. And Williston is not a very deep team, but one of their main players is Avery Ostrom, and she'll be a fun player to watch here tonight. But like Coach Broughton said, you can't really just key on one of them. They've got a really balanced starting lineup.
Well, she wasn't even the first one he mentioned when I asked about who to key on tonight. So trio there of scoring, see how that goes. And for Watford City, just balanced scoring. Should be a great game.
It should be a really great game, and this is the type of game that is easy to call for us play-by-play announcers because there isn't going to be a whole lot of substitutions. Neither team is very deep. Now, you love aspects of depth, but neither team has developed that at this point in the season yet. I'm sure both coaches would like to see some more depth go on as the season goes on, but neither one of these teams wants to see anybody get into foul trouble. Certainly no injuries. Never want to see any injuries for any team. But these two teams are kind of a mirror each other in that way, where they aren't going to play a lot of players for very many minutes, but the ones that are out there are going to be extremely balanced. And hey, in the game of basketball, you only need 5 at a time.
That's true. And they've definitely been conditioned because both teams, I think, will run and will press if needed. So not a deep bench, but definitely going all out for this game.
Yes, yep, that is for sure. And I think it's a little bit of a luxury for Williston to come down and play under Division A timing rules where they don't have to play the extra 4 minutes that they're used to in AA.
Well, it is an interesting, I was thinking about that during the JV game. The shot clock time is different. The length of the game is a bit different. The bonus situation is different because AA plays the old 1-and-1 and double bonus.
Yep.
So there is some advantage to coming down and playing under the Class A rules.
Certainly, yeah. It is a change. I know I've talked to coaches who have either gone across state lines to play with different rules, or here in this case, a different division. And yeah, I think it does change some strategy, and it is something for everybody to get used to when they're used to playing under different circumstances there.
Well, a great example is at the border battle, Montana and South Dakota do not have the 5-second count for dribbling, only when they hold the ball. But North Dakota, we do both.
Okay.
So it was a bit of a change for those Montana teams that came over.
Definitely.
And South Dakota.
Yes, we had 3 states represented here, 16 games over that memorable weekend. We were so proud to bring all those games to you here on GameDay Media, and we've got a lot more coming up in store for you here as we continue this season. If you missed the boys' game, it went to Williston. Williston getting the win over Watford City, 69-52. Williston will go for the sweep. Watford City will try to even the score here on this Monday doubleheader from Watford City. We're going to step aside for one last timeout on your Hagen Equipment pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and more.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Welcome back to your Hagen Equipment pregame show. It is time for your starting lineups, brought to you by Patriot Fuels, conveniently located on Highway 85 North between Alexander and Watford City for all of your fueling needs. First off, for the visiting Williston Coyotes, and we'll start with those Ostrom twins, the sophomores, number 10 and number 20, Alex and Avery, and a junior, Allie Wilcox. Another junior, number 25, Mika Klumker, and Riley Ergens, another sophomore for head coach Jacob Broughton. Not a single senior in his starting 5. They do play one senior, Akela Slagle, who will come off the bench, but a really young team for Williston.
Well, and that just speaks to the future of Williston girls basketball. If they're this good now, they're only going to get better. It's something that Watford City has seen as well.
They certainly have, and they are still pretty young, but they do have more seniors in the starting lineup. There's 3 of them. Logan Hanna, a 5'5 senior wearing number 5. Bailey Matson, a 5'9 senior wearing number 10. And Miley Rowan, a 5'10 senior wearing number 40. And then those 2 spectacular sophomores, Annabelle Bond and Harley Jacobson, both standing only at 5'5", but you have to love the way that both of those girls play basketball.
Well, and they play bigger than they are. They're active, they're jumping, they're getting around. So it's definitely tough to play against them.
It certainly is, and that's the starting lineups. The Wolves are coached by head coach Tom Dwyer. He's assisted by Pat Wagenek, Sydney Headings, Riley Fowler, and Trini Morgan. Williston is coached by Jacob Broughton, assisted by Apollo Beck, Devontae Riley, Victoria Johnson,
Good evening,
and
ladies
Morgan
and gentlemen.
Steffen.
Welcome to the Rough Riders Center, sponsored by Northern State Fishing Tools and Watford City High School. Welcomes you to the contest between the Williston Coyotes and your Watford City Wolves. Again, welcome to the Rough Rider Center. This game will be played under the strictest code of good sportsmanship. Fans are asked to support their teams and refrain from booing at any time. Participants are asked to be positive role models at all times and to remember that you represent your school and community by your actions. Help us all to be number one in sportsmanship. And now, the lineups for tonight's contest. The starters for the Williston Coyotes. She's a sophomore, number 10, Alex Ostrom. She's a junior, number 11, Allison Wilcox. She's a sophomore, number 20, Avery Ostrom. She's a junior, number 25, Micah Klumker. Mika Klumker. And she's a sophomore, number 30, Riley Ergens. Head coach is Jacob Broughton, with assistant coaches Apollo Beck, Devontae Riley, and Victoria Johnson. And now, we want to welcome the Watford City Cheer Squad. Katarina Garaventa, Madison Kalseth, Paige McClune, Alicia Astolfi, Stephanie Mendoza, and Jasmine Kelseth. This is your Watford City cheer team. And now, the starters for your Watford City Wolves. She's a 5'5" sophomore, number 1, Annabelle Bond. She's a 5'5" sophomore, number 3, Harley Jacobson. She's a 5'5" senior, number 5, Logan Hanna. She's a 5'9" senior, number 10, Bailey Matson. And she's a 5'10" senior, number 40, Miley Rose. Watford City Wolves head coach is Thomas Dwyer, with assistant coaches Patrick Wegenek, Sydney Headings, Riley Fowler, and Trini Morgan. Your referees for this game are Dustin Urbis, Richard Seiner, and Kevin Schneider. Let's get ready for Watford City Wolves varsity basketball.
Let's get ready for your opening tip-off, brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools, a locally owned fishing and rental tool company serving the Williston Basin since 1978. It will be Williston basketball off the opening tap. And we'll get our first look at their offense as Allie Wilcox passes it to Alex Ostrom, who scores the first points of the game to zip Williston.
Nice try by Ostrom. Suppose I got to use their first name here.
Yes, we do.
Differentiate.
That was Alex. Our spotlight player was Avery. Alex is no slouch herself, averaging 17 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Quite the dynamic duo there. Matson from way out there missed it. And the rebound taken by the sophomore Riley Ergens. Just underway here in game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. Another 3. This one attempted by Williston. Nothing but net from Avery Ostrom. Her 8th 3 of the season. And it's 5-zip Coyotes.
Good start for the Coyotes. That's exactly what they wanted. Got a full court press here.
1-2-2. The Wolves break it with the pass from Matson to Jacobson. Right side to Hannah.
Yep.
And Logan called for a travel. What did you see there?
Well, she just started before she could get the dribble on, shuffled those feet.
Quick turnover against the Wolves as Williston goes to work with a 5-0 lead. Williston trying to get back into the win column after having a 3-game winning streak snapped by the always mighty Bismarck Century Patriots. Watford City trying to make it 6 in a row to start this season. The friendly bounce falls for Allie Wilcox.
Soft rims here at the Rough Rider Center.
They certainly are. 3 different Coyotes have scored as Hannah answers with a nice reverse layup for the Wolves.
Nice job to use the basket and the reverse to keep the defender off.
Logan is the leading scorer for Watford City this year, averaging 17.2 points per game. Bond providing some good defense, almost got a steal. Once again, she averages 6 steals per game. Her early offensive assignment is guarding Mika Klumker. Alex Ostrom with it, number 10, drives and draws. A foul, our first of the ball game.
Thought they were going to get Bond, but it looks like they got Roan instead. Bond was going for the ball. Roan must have got her on the backside.
So Miley Roan called for her first personal, first team foul of the ball game. Good positioning down low by Ostrom. She takes a dribble out, and there's Miley with the block.
Miley, a solid block there.
And she has piled up some impressive highlight reel type blocks already to start this season. Miley coming in averaging 2.4 blocks per game. That's really impressive.
Absolutely. And, you know, Alex Ostrom didn't really know whether she wanted to take that shot, which set it up for that block.
Yep, she had good position early as the Wolves turn it over in the half court. And unfortunate there for the Wolves. It's going to be a hustle foul against Roan.
Nope, I think they got Bond.
Okay,
I think that helps.
It certainly does. I thought it looked like Miley up here, which would have been her second and just a hustle foul, but instead it does go against Bond, and it's the second team foul. But Coach Dwyer going to go to his bench early here and bring in the senior, Amelia Wisnes, 5'9" senior, to give Miley a quick break. A quick discussion with assistant coach Pat Wagenknecht. Williston,
nice move.
They are fast. The shot rims off for Allie Wilcox. An immediate rebound off the bench by the experienced Amelia Wisnes. She started a lot of games for Watford City last year. She's being asked to come off the bench. She's done a nice job in accepting that role and providing good minutes for Watford City when she's on the floor. The Coyotes get the block by Klumker, but then she is called for a travel. Ball back to Watford City.
Yeah, nice anticipation, nice block, but just couldn't keep her feet set and got the travel.
Annabelle Bond will inbound from the baseline. Lobs it in there to Logan Hanna. Logan dribbles it behind her back, hands it off to Jacobson. Harley gets into the paint, giving up some size there.
Not where she wants to be.
And the double team comes in and creates the turnover. Steal for the Coyotes. 7-2, Williston with the early lead. They try to add to it from the three-point line. Off the mark for Klumker, rebound taken by Matson. Bailey averages 10 points and 6 rebounds per game for this Wolves team. Also 3 assists and 2 steals. And a carrying violation called against Harley. What did you see there, Chaz?
I didn't have a good look at it. I'm assuming she just palmed it. Uncharacteristic turnover so far for Watford.
Salil Shoemaker checks into the game for Watford City. She was our player of the game for the Wolves when they beat Turtle Mountain in their last game. And look at her immediate
Great
impact
defense.
Off the bench. She gets the steal. You can't miss her on the floor with those shoes. And the way that she plays, she is fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely came around, got the steal. Now Watford gets it into her.
Wisnes to Shoemaker, back outside to Hanna for 3. Off the mark, rebound tipped out of bounds, and it'll belong to Williston.
It was a nice decision by Shoemaker to kick it out to Hanna. Just couldn't convert the three-pointer.
Logan has made 10 threes so far this year. We mentioned her scoring average of 17.2 already, so those shots will fall for Logan as long as she keeps putting them up there.
Looks like both teams are in man-to-man defense here.
They are. Watford City loves that. We have seen them go to zone a little bit throughout this season, but their bread and butter certainly is the man-to-man defense. Avery Ostrom with the miss there. Wilson has really gone quiet after they scored 7 points right off the bat to start the game. Bailey Matson out to Shoemaker. Salil lost the dribble.
It's going to be a tie-up, I think. Oh.
They're letting them play through some potential ball situations. Girls diving all over the floor. Williston creates and scores with Avery Ostrom.
See if we can see that replay here on the RTC replay.
There's a lot of action going on there.
Yep, got the foul. Just bodied her there, so good call.
That will be Amelia's first personal. 3rd team foul now against the Wolves. Logan Hanna will take a break as Miley Roan checks in. We'll check in at the next dead ball. Free throw off the mark, but Williston able to grab the offensive rebound, but not for long.
Just helps to have Annabelle Bond that can just grab that ball back.
Certainly does, but the Wolves don't maintain possession for very long as the Yotes are coming the other way. Nice move by Mika Klumker in space.
Look at that Euro step here. takes that little step through and up and in.
It's a double-A move for sure right there. And she puts the Coyotes up by 9. Watford City struggling on offense right now. We haven't really seen this for the Wolves for their first 5 games. It's been a quiet quarter. They have committed 4 turnovers. They're 1 for 4 from the field.
Yeah, they just need some better shots here. Settle down.
Shoemaker blocked but a foul, and Salil will go to the free throw line for the Wolves' first free throw attempts of the night. Maybe that can jumpstart this Wolves offense.
Well, and you wonder, it's December 22nd. I think they're still in school, which is helpful, but Christmas is right around the corner. Maybe some thinking about Christmas and not basketball?
Probably. That's human nature, and certainly with high schoolers, that is understandable. The Shoemaker makes free throw number 1. And also, Chaz, we have to remember, these girls played a very emotional, physical rivalry matchup on Saturday. That was a great win, and it can be hard to get up for multiple great opponents in a row.
The good news for Watford, Coach Dwyer's been with this team for a long time. He knows exactly which buttons to push.
And he does a great job, him and along with the athletic director, Brad Foss, in putting together this schedule where there aren't very many games that are going to be, ones that they can chalk up to saying, we're definitely going to be the favorite to win that one, as they have put together an outstanding, especially non-conference schedule against some really good opponents. Here goes Hannah the other way. Missed it, and the rebound controlled by Williston.
Trying to say there's no cupcakes on the schedule?
There is not. It's certainly in this stretch here when you go from Turtle Mountain to Williston to South Prairie Max. Will be the next opponent for the Wolves right after the New Year's holiday.
I was out on Roan. Tried to save it, but went out of bounds.
So it will stay with Williston. 11-3 Williston on your NCC scoreboard. Reset the shot clock with 2:09 left to go on the first quarter game clock.
I will say that was a football reset signal that Mr. Signer gave, but it works.
There we go. Nice move. And the basket drops for Alex Ostrom. She's got 4. 10-point lead now for Williston.
Important possessions here.
Hannah Tyrone over the head of Jacobson, but there is Metzen, who drains the corner 3, her 5th of the season, and that's a great sign for the Wolves.
It's a big basket for Watford City to keep this close.
The drive, some contact, no foul. Instead, it's a pass to Allie Wilcox, and she scores. She's got 4.
If you're Watford, you want to step in and take a charge there. Just create some of that contact.
15-6. Hannah over to Metzen. Bailey gets a screen from Shoemaker. Outside to Jacobson. Harley stops with the right elbow. Step through, no. Harley follows her own miss, gets the rebound, and scores through contact.
That's an amazing, let's see it on the RTC replay. Playing above her size and just tosses it up there.
On the other end, a travel call as Roan was lining up for another block. I think Alex Ostrom felt the footsteps there. Harley was ready to go up for a block as well, playing from basket to basket like she does every single game. She's on the floor. It's a treat for Watford City fans to get to watch Harley Jacobson. We've got a developing situation here as Logan Hanna is leaving the bench area, and she's going to get looked at by athletic trainer Zach Beebe. Here is Bond, who scores. It counts, and the foul.
Nice decision by Bond to take a look there. We'll see it on the replay. Oh, and gets hit, goes up, and makes it.
5th different Wolf to score in this first quarter as the foul is called against Jovi Zander. The sophomore picks up her first. Bond completes the 3-point play. It might be a little bit premature to say this, but I think the Wolves have weathered the storm as once again they go back to play an outstanding team defense. 3-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. Bond to Shoemaker. Wolves looking to put together a run to end this first quarter. Bond for 3. Too strong. Rebound. Last touched by Watford City.
I think Shoemaker thought that one off of Williston, so she let it go. Can always sometimes tell the reaction of the player as to who it went off on.
Good news for Watford City. Logan Hanna right back to the Watford City bench, so she was not off the bench for very long.
Looks like she's grabbing her ankle, though, so.
Hopefully she'll be back out there shortly for Watford City. Under 10 seconds to go in this first quarter. Williston with a basketball and a 6-point lead. 3 from Ostrom, no. Rebound, and they will not get a shot up from Riley Ergens. High-level girls basketball here in this first quarter. After 1, it's the Williston Coyotes 15, the Watford City Wolves 9. We'll be back with quarter number 2 right after this.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Welcome back to Watford City. Wolves fell behind by 10 in the first quarter, but they end the quarter on an 8-2 run. Got to be pretty pleased if you're Coach Dwyer.
Absolutely, especially with Logan Hanna. She's kind of favoring that ankle, so hopefully she can come back in. But yeah, end it with that run, keep it within 4. Williston will get the ball here. Going to take it inside, I think. Number 40's been having some good post moves down there. Riley Ergens.
So be your Northern States Fishing Tools start of the quarter. And Riley Ergens into the front court. Pass on the right side to Avery Ostrom. Guarded by Wisnes, who knocks it away. Matson goes diving for the steal. Can't quite come up with it. Harley Jacobson almost gets a steal. But Williston maintains possession by a thread. They try a 3 from the corner. That's Avery Ostrom. No, rebounded by Miley Roan. Good defensive possession there for the Wolves. Yeah. A good defensive possession doesn't mean anything if you don't get the rebound, as Jacobson got blocked. And 2 players went down hard.
Good no call. She just kind of threw her body in there. And ooh.
There's a 3 for Mika Klumker. Her first 3 of the game. Williston's second. And they're back up by 7 now at 18-11.
Big 3 for Williston there.
Harley Jacobson passes on the right side to Annabelle Bond. Lob is down low to Matson, who can't quite finish. Rebound to Williston.
Tough angle on that lob. Oh, nice ball movement.
Quickly down the other way, Mika Klumker again, and we are going to have a timeout. Our first Shiloh Chavez and LPL Financial timeout of the ball game. It's Williston 20, Watford City 11. We're back right after this on Game Day Media.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Titus Stenberg alongside Chaz Neff. Hope you're having a great evening wherever you might be tonight. Thanks for making Game Day Media part of your evening. Fun one here so far tonight. AA versus single A. Williston with a 9-point lead. Watford City taking the first time out of the ball game.
This is a good team for Watford to play up against, and even for Williston to play against.
For sure.
Just a solid game here.
There is Matson to Wisnes, out to Bond, and you got to like it if you're Williston. This is as short of a road trip as you're going to get all season long. Shoemaker has it poked away, stolen by Ergens. These Coyotes, they are relentless on defense. 5th Watford City turnover. Williston won this one when these two teams matched up last year, as that is a basket from Jovi Zander, the sophomore off the bench. And it's 22-11.
Oh, nice pass, but just quite couldn't bounce it up to Bond. So got a turnover there. Watford just needs to settle down here.
Sixth turnover against the Wolves. They are losing the turnover battle right now, 6-4. As Williston goes to work on offense, 6 minutes remaining before the half. Look at that three from Mika Klumpker. She knew it as soon as she let it go. That was almost Steph Curry-esque, the way that she reacted. It felt good off her hands, and it was nothing but net.
Effortless, and might be a little too long there.
A little bit too much. Nice play by Riley Ergens to create the steal. Just put a little bit too much on that outlet pass.
Williston, good defense, getting after it, causing these turnovers for Watford.
Coyotes have responded to the Wolves' 8-2 run, now with a 10-0 run for the Coyotes to start this second quarter. Bond putting up a difficult shot, no good. Rebound ripped away by Shoemaker. It's good. It counts as a foul.
Oh, let's see that on the replay. She just takes it right from the girl and then goes up, gets foul, and the basket. Nice job by Shoemaker.
First foul against Allie Wilcox. First foul of the quarter against Williston. Shoemaker to the line, averaging 5.5 points per game. She completes the three-point play. She's got an early 4, and the Wolves are back to within 11, ending that 10-0 Yotes run. Pass goes right side. That's Karma Kern.
Might be a quick shot that Coach Broughton didn't want there.
Correction, that's Akayla Slagle, number 12. On the floor there for Williston. Number 12 is Akayla Slagle. Here goes Bond, driving, shooting, missing, rebounded by Allie Wilcox.
Good drive by Bond, just couldn't finish it, and nice shot there by 25 for Williston.
Another long three attempted by Klumpker. She missed that one. Williston creates a turnover in their front court. Allie Wilcox down low, and that'll be a foul against Shoemaker as Alex Ostrom will draw that one.
Nice job by Williston to just keep active, take it to the basket, and eventually get that foul call.
Nobody is going to get anything easy against this Williston Coyotes team. They are fun to watch. Harley Jacobson called for that foul. First free throw up and good.
Well, it's been a kind of a philosophy for Jacob Broughton type coach teams is to get after it, hustle, get after loose balls, so constantly on the go.
He was a longtime coach for the Williston Trinity Christian boys basketball team for many years there, and is now coach of the Williston Highschool Girls. Coyotes up by 13. We're going to have another timeout brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. 4:39 left to go in the first half. Coyotes 27, Wolves 14.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Welcome back to Watford City for this West Side rivalry tonight between Williston and Watford City.
Is your score right, Titus? I just saw him at a point.
It should be 27-14. That looks right.
All right.
As the ball is knocked away and out of bounds.
Just means they're checking it down at the scores table.
Hey, we like that. Nothing wrong with making sure.
Nope.
Annabelle Bond into Matson. Catch and shoot. A little bit short on that one. And the rebound claimed by Williston. They want to run. As Klumpker able to run that pass down. Lobs it in down low to Avery Ostrom. Out to Allie Wilcox. On the left side to Alex Ostrom. Up top, Allie Wilcox. Right side, Ergens. She'll try a three. That's good. Her fifth three-pointer of the season.
It's a lot of good shooting three-pointers here for Williston so far.
Certainly is. They have built a 30-14 lead. By far the biggest deficit the Wolves have faced this season, but still a lot of basketball left to go. 2.5 quarters remaining in regulation. Pass from Rome, broken up. Shoemaker stuck with it, but then she got caught up in the air and is called for an up and down travel.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where there's so many options, you don't really know what to do, and then you come back down and go, Shoot.
Yep, she does have good hang time, but was unable to get the pass off before she came back down to the ground that time. And Williston will take it the other way, trying to add to this 30-14 lead. And off to Allie Wilcox. Ergens just made a three, doesn't take it this time. Instead to Ostrom. That's good. It counts to the foul for Avery. She'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Yeah, she took a foul to the face there, so I don't know who they gave it to.
It is Miley Roan, her second personal.
But thankfully only 2 so far in this first half. So
second team foul in the quarter. Free throw is good.
Big possessions here to end the first half for Watford. See if they can chop into this lead.
Avery Ostrom up to 8 points. Annabelle Bond on the left side to Bailey Madsen. To Shoemaker. Solil puts her head down, drives, spins, shoots. Does not score. Rebound. Wrestled away by Annabelle Bond. She puts up a contested shot. No. Rebounded by Allie Wilcox. Williston coming the other direction. 33-14 Williston. Ergens underhands it over to Wilcox. Into the right corner. Avery Ostrom drives, lost it, stole it away by Miley Roan. 7th Williston turnover.
She was just out of control. Good no call on that. Oh, great steal.
Unbelievable play by Allie Wilcox to take it away from Harley Jacobson, and the Coyotes bench and fans really loving to see that effort.
Well, and then a foul against Watford on number 10.
That'll go on Bailey. Madsen picks up her first personal, the 3rd team foul of the quarter.
Probably just a frustration foul there.
Wisness back in there. We have not seen Logan Hanna yet. That really does change things for Watford City. Their leading scorer currently out of the game. Three-pointer up and good for the lefty Alex Ostrom.
They can't miss so far. They're shooting pretty well from that three-point line in this game.
4 in the quarter, 5 in the ball game from the three-point line. A steal. That'll be Watford City's 11th turnover.
And I think I only have him for 2 misses at the three-point line. So.
Unbelievable. Alex Ostrom over in the corner. It's a motivated Williston team to put that Williston versus Bismarck Century game behind them and try to get back into the win column before diving right back into WDA play. That'll be a steal. Another one for these Coyotes. The 12th Watford City turnover. Mid-range jumper up and good for Avery Ostrom. She has 10 so far tonight.
This game is in no way over, but if you're going to lose a game like this, you'd rather do it in December than at the end of the season.
And certainly against a non-conference opponent.
Yep.
As it's 38-14. Harley will try a long three. No. Rebound picked up by Avery Ostrom. Harley has made 3 threes this year. Trying to get some sort of forward momentum for the Wolves before halftime. Williston has really put on a show through these first 2 quarters. Alex Ostrom into the left corner, back outside, long range 3, too strong from Avery Ostrom. And we're going to have a foul.
I think it's against Watford.
That'll be Wisness picking up her second.
I think there was a push there on the rebound. Went long and everybody sort of turned around and went, where's the ball going?
Ball back to the Coyotes.
Watford could use a defensive stop here. A couple of baskets before halftime. Want to get some momentum building into halftime.
Shoemaker back in there for the Wolves as Alex Ostrom fires it inbounds to Avery Ostrom.
And if you're Williston, you just want pedal to the metal. Just keep pouring it on.
Kayla Slagle drives. Oh. Nice pass to Alex Ostrom for 2.
That an RTC instant replay. Drives the baseline, finds the open person under the basket, and good.
Alex Ostrom with 11. 40-14 Williston. Everything going right now for the Coyotes. 12-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. Jacobson in the corner to Shoemaker. Outside to Wisness. Down to Jacobson. Harley drives across the lane, finds Bond. It's blocked by Alex Ostrom. Williston coming the other direction. Slagle stops. Gets it back.
Oh,
beautiful
great ball movement.
2-person basketball there, and Kayla Slagle gets her first points of the ball game. 42-14 Williston. Jacobson's pass deflected out of bounds. There will be 1.6 seconds left. Good chance here for the Wolves to try and set something up before halftime. Bond will inbound, tipped away. Miley gets it back to Annabelle, whose three-pointer gets up there. Wouldn't have counted had it dropped, though, as that play took a little bit too long. And that's the end of the first half. Very impressive first half for the Williston Coyotes, as they will take a 42-14 lead with them into the halftime break. Stick around. We'll have your Nodak Insurance Company halftime report right after this on GameDay Media.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on GameDay Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Welcome into your Nodak Insurance Company halftime show, brought to you by your agent in Watford City and McKenzie County, Eric Mogan. The Little Wolves are out on the floor entertaining this halftime crowd. A lot of Williston fans have made the trip. Nice to see.
Short drive.
It is. Certainly, if you're going to make a road trip as a Coyotes fan this year, this is the easiest one to get to, no doubt. We're happy to host them here for this outstanding matchup doubleheader rivalry game here between the Wolves and the Coyotes. Williston getting the win in the boys game in game one of our doubleheader, 69-52, and they are leading big in this girls matchup, 42-14 at the break. The first half saw Williston jump out to a quick 10-point lead at 13-3. The best stretch for the Wolves was the end of that first quarter when they went on an 8-2 run. But as soon as that quarter break happened, Williston seized the momentum back, and they never let it go in the second quarter. They outscored Watford City 27-3 in quarter number two. Talked about the second quarter being not a good one for the Watford City Wolves boys team. For the girls team, it's been fine all year, but not tonight. There's a 27-3 differential in that second quarter. Team stats look like this. Williston 17 for 29 from the field for 59%. They made 5 threes and were 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Impressive offensive numbers no matter which way you look at it for the Coyotes here. They committed 7 turnovers and 3 first half fouls. Watford City 5 of 19 from the field, including 1 of 10 in the second quarter. They finished at 26% from the field in the first half. 1 3-pointer. They were also 3 of 4 from the free throw line for 75%. Watford City committing 12 first half turnovers, and they were called for 7 first half fouls, -5 in the turnover column and -4 in the foul differential. Williston having their way in pretty much every statistical category there in the first half.
Yeah, that was not a pretty first half for Watford, but a good first half for Williston, especially bouncing off of that Century game that we were talking about. Good way to respond, build your momentum going into the second half and the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the individual scoring numbers from this one. Williston had 3 players in double figures, led by Alex Ostrom with 11. Then it was Avery Ostrom and Mika Klumker with 10 points apiece. Allie Wilcox had 4, Riley Ergens 3, Akela Slagle 2, and Jovi Zander with 2, all totaling up to Williston's total of 42 first half points. For the Watford City Wolves, they were led by Salil Shoemaker with 4 points coming in off the bench. She was the only player who scored in that second quarter for Watford City. She was 2 for 3 from the free throw line, including that 3-point play that she capped off with the only basket after the only field goal of the second quarter for Watford City. Then it was Annabelle Bond and Bailey Madsen with 3 points each. Harley Jacobson and Logan Hanna with 2 points each. Miley Roan and Amelia Wisness did not score. Each of those two had 2 personal fouls in the first half. Very unfortunate development for the Watford City Wolves was Logan Hanna missing, I believe, the entire second quarter.
I think you're right.
With what appeared to be an injury concern. We don't know if she'll be available for the second half. And that really changes things for Watford City when they're missing their leading scorer so far this year. And hopefully Logan is able to get back out there. If not tonight, hopefully she won't miss any serious game time after this evening. We'll keep an eye out on that for Logan Hanna and the Watford City Wolves. With that, the score at the break is 42-14. We're going to step aside for one last break during your Nodak Insurance Company halftime report. We'll be back right after this.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Williston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
Hey, Dad, will you check the cows?
Use this instead, Grandpa. The cows look fine, Dad.
In my day, we had to sleep in the barn to check the cows.
Combining tradition and technology, respecting the past while embracing the future. RTC Networks.
Welcome back to Watford City. The Little Wolves have just concluded their halftime game. Both teams down in their respective huddles. While we have a second, let's thank some of our live read sponsors here this evening and this season. Our first live read sponsor of the ball game here tonight will be the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum, where pioneering spirit runs strong. They are located there on the west side of Watford City. They do a great job exploring our past, and you can visit them any day, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Open year-round. Not quite as fun to look at the buildings outside during the wintertime, but you can check out their outstanding museum there that they have year-round. The Wolfpack Booster Club, the strength is in the pack. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram. They do a great job supporting Wolves athletics and activities. And also WCAG Church, one church in multiple locations. Visit us in Watford City, Fairview, Montana, Kenmare, and Belfield. See the times there on your screen. You can also check us out in Watford City for our Christmas Eve service this Wednesday. 2 options for you at 3:30 and 5 p.m. as we get ready for the third quarter. Our start of the quarter brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools. And there she is, Logan Hanna back on the floor.
It's got to be encouraging for Wolves fans out there. See how she does. Coach Dwyer just giving her a little pep talk there.
That is great to see. She averages 17 points per game. She scored 30 in that win over Bismarck Shiloh Christian to start the year for the Wolves. Such a dynamic scorer. When she gets it rolling, she can really change a game. And she is a senior on this year's team, a really important piece as the Wolves get ready to try and make a comeback here, down 42-14 as we get this third quarter started. Williston playing zone defense here?
Might be a little bit there. Kind of confusing the Watford City.
Results in a turnover, the 13th against the Wolves. Have to keep an eye on that. Maybe it was just for one possession to start the third quarter, or else Coach Broughton
trying something new.
That's right. 3 from the corner off the mark for Avery Ostrom.
Ball went right back to her, but turnover.
Good idea, but not a lot of options when you find yourself in that position down on the floor. As Bond out to Jacobson. In the corner to Matson. She'll try a 3. No. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and it will stay here on this end.
Good hustle by Bond. Went off Black. Couldn't really tell if that was a 1-2-2 or if that was just a collapsed man-to-man.
Hannah right back to the bench. After playing 45 seconds, she is replaced by Lamila Wisness. We'll keep an eye on Logan Hannah throughout this second half. Matson gives it to Roan in the right short corner. Dangerous pass, but it finds its way to Bond. Her short-range jumper is off the mark, and the rebound will go out of bounds. Team rebound to the Coyotes.
Yeah, it looks like it might be some sort of zone here. Maybe Broughton just mixing things up. You know, if you're Coach Dwyer, you just tell your team, take it in little chunks. Just win your little 4-minute increments.
It's down 42-14 as Williston had an amazingly impressive second quarter offensively, and their Allie Wilcox gets that to fall through. It's 44-14 Williston now after they outscore the Wolves 27-3 in the second quarter. Wisness drives into the corner, lobs in, deflected, stolen. Klumker falls. Matson misses.
Hurt.
Roan puts it in. Now we have an injury timeout after the offensive rebound on the putback. Seemed like Roan and Klumker had quite a collision there, and Mika slow in getting up.
I think there was a lob pass in Roan. Klumker tried to come around on it, and I think they just hit each other, and she hit the floor, unfortunately.
She did. Hopefully
she appears to be.
Yeah, she's making her own way back to her team's bench. I think she's okay.
Yeah, she just told Coach Broughton she body slammed me.
So we'll keep an eye on Klumker now as both teams' depth getting tested here. We mentioned it in the pregame show. Neither team likes to go very deep in their bench most of the time, but they might have to here tonight. That three-pointer from Riley Ergens off the backboard. Rebound to the Wolves. Jacobson driving. Nice pass to Matson, who scores. Bailey for 2.
Nice job by Jacobson, sucking the defense. Bounce pass over to Matson for the easy 2.
Harley averages 2 assists per game. A nice one there. Matson's up to 5 points as Ergens answers right back for the Coyotes as Riley has 5. Coyotes up now 46-18.
Can't give up those easy buckets on the other end.
Yep. Yeah, if you're Williston, you are content to trade baskets here at this stage of the game with the NCC scoreboard where it's at. If you're Watford City, you got to put it together on both ends of the floor. And there is another steal for this Coyotes defense. Long pass ahead. Good transition defense from Annabelle Bond.
Yeah, Williston definitely trying to run. Bond getting back quickly, knocks it away, prevents the easy bucket.
Alex Ostrom will inbound from underneath the basket. No Klumker on the floor for Williston. No Hannah on the floor for Watford City as that three-pointer's off from Ostrom, rebounded by Miley Rowe. Bond into the front court.
Looks like Williston's just in a straight man-to-man now.
Well, no, Watford City outscoring Williston right now. No, it is tied. 4-4 in the third quarter. as the foul is called there in the corner against Allie Wilcox.
And that's just a hustle foul, trying to get the ball, create some contact. I'm sure Coach Broughton will take it.
Second personal, first team foul.
Quickly, Madsen just firing.
Just rims out for what would have been her second Cornerstone Bank three-pointer of the ball game. But coming the other way is Williston, playing with a 46-18 lead. Long jumper is good for Alex Ostrom. She is the leading scorer for Williston. She's got 13.
Double team the post in there, and that allowed for Ostrom to be wide open.
49-18 Williston. Matson, the left wing to Bond, splits the defense and draws a foul. 2 free throws coming for Annabelle Bond.
Nice job by Bond. Go through, get the shot up with the foul. Good strength there by Annabelle.
4:34 remaining here in quarter number 3. Annabelle makes the free throw, and the balanced scoring for the Wolves is there tonight. Once again, it's just none of them have more than 4 points at this stage, or 5 points, excuse me, with Bailey Matson getting that second basket of her game.
And I think you credit that to Williston's defense, their hustle, active hands. Again, a Jacob Broughton staple.
Long pass ahead as that one is missed.
It was partially blocked.
Okay, good defense from the Wolves, and they claim the defensive rebound. Stolen. The basket is good. It counts as a foul. How's that for a highlight play by Alex Ostrom?
So she's able to get hit, falls away from the basket, and still gets it up and in.
Unbelievable move. These Coyotes, you can tell they put in a lot of time in the offseason to be able to make plays like that. You don't just start the season and be able to finish through contact. As she gets the bounce on the free throw as well. 52-20 Williston.
Well, nowadays, if you don't have kids in the basketball system, it is a year-long thing. You have team camps in the summer. You're always going.
Good sign for the Wolves. Logan Hanna back out there once again. She played for 45 seconds to start this third quarter. We'll see how long she lasts here now, playing with a little bit of a limp there as she wants to give it her all for her team as Shoemaker.
Well, and the good news for her is you got a bit of a break here after this game. So you can rest it up, and there's trouble.
Shoemaker called for the travel. It's the 15th turnover against the Wolves. Midway through this third quarter, and Williston has built their lead. Watford City had outscored the Coyotes for a little bit to start the third, but Williston now up 10-6 in this third quarter.
That's just good defense.
Yep, results in a travel.
Hannah and Matson collapsed on the post, able to make her travel.
9th turnover against Williston. Watford City is still playing hard, and
shots just aren't falling.
They are not. Offense not there the way it has been through the first 5 games for the Wolves.
Well, and some of the turnovers just being aggressive, trying to get that shot, and nice pass.
Great pass from Hannah, and Amelia Wisness is there for the finish. We've got a timeout on the floor, brought to you by LPL Financial and Shiloh Chavez. 3:22 left to go in the third. You're watching GameDay Media.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Welcome back to Watford City. We want to thank Shiloh Chavez for sponsoring our timeout break. She's with LPL Financial. Her office located right there in the First International Bank and Trust building on Main Street in Watford City. Visit with her with any financial ideas and questions you might have. 52-22, Coyotes with the lead.
A little loosey-goosey with the Coyotes out there. They're dancing to the music coming out of that break.
They are feeling good after a tough loss on the road at Bismarck, taking on the Century Patriots.
And that was a good sort of standard for them. See where they're at this point in time.
Yeah, it's still very early in the season. This three-pointer no good. Rebound by Wisnes. Knocked away from her. Oh, it's going to stay with Williston.
That's just some of that hustle by Wilcox. She's all over it, trying to get the ball. Manages to go off on Watford, so they'll keep it.
52-22. Coyotes leading it by 30. Corner three from Klumker, no. Great to see both Mika Klumker and Logan Hanna back onto the floor for their respective teams. Both of them were concerned for a little bit there with injuries, as there's another steal. And Dustin Urbis does a nice job of getting out of the way of that loose ball.
Swift feet.
Play continues, and it results in 2 for the Coyotes. Avery Ostrom gets that field goal to fall, 54-22. Annabelle Bond up the floor for the Watford City Wolves. Logan Hanna sticking with it after only lasting 45 seconds.
Oh, there she shoots it.
Just a little bit short.
That's
Certainly
not a smart foul.
If it is an ankle injury, you can understand why that three-pointer would fall a little bit short.
Yep. Amelia Wisnes there, just trying to be aggressive, but ran over the girl. Can't do that in basketball.
You cannot. Third personal on Amelia.
Still a contact sport, but controlled contact.
That's right. 54-22 Williston on your NCC scoreboard. Ergens across half court to Avery Ostrom. Down there to Allie Wilcox, who scores, and the foul.
See if we can see some of that passing there. That's just a beautiful up and scoop. And Roan just, if she's going to foul, she needs to foul. Make sure that shot doesn't go up.
A lot of times she does. Miley usually gets her money's worth on fouls, but once again, Williston converting through contact, their second three-point play of this third quarter. 57-22 Williston. Almost another steal as Wilcox tips it out of bounds.
Kind of wish you had a camera on Coach Dwyer to see what his face is in this, because it's just not their night tonight.
No, it isn't. And
credit Williston.
Yep, certainly. And you look at Williston with their last result being a tough blowout loss. They came ready to go. They were motivated. Watford City, not going to say that they were looking past Williston or anything like that, but they did play a very emotional game. Had a tough matchup there against Turtle Mountain. They came away with that good, hard-fought win. And it's just hard to bring the top quality effort that it takes to beat teams, good teams, night after night after night, especially games in a row.
Absolutely, but you can take a lot of stuff away from this game. Still not over. Get some players in there, run some different looks, see what happens.
Alex Ostrom brings the ball up the floor. I'm curious if the Wolves will mix up their defensive looks at all. We have seen them play some different styles of defense so far this year. But right now, sticking in that man-to-man patented Tom Dwyer defense right now. It's going good on this possession. See if they can close it out. And they do with the steal by Harley Jacobson. 10th Williston turnover. Harley to Metzen for three. No. She follows her own miss and gets the offensive rebound. And then as it's stolen away by Alex Ostrom. Williston off to the races. Slagle called for a travel.
Yeah, it just didn't look good. So turnover, but gotta like the aggressiveness by Watford City and Williston so far, even at 1:08 in the third.
57-22 Williston in the driver's seat in this one, trying to improve to 4-1 on the season. Jacobson.
Yeah, that's a good foul.
Harley falls down many times. Slagle trying to create the held ball, but instead it is her first personal.
Well, and sometimes when you have a player with that style where they're very aggressive, it's hard to make that call. Were they out of control or not?
Hannah to Metzen for three. Hannah the assist. Metzen now with 8. Her second 3 of the game. 6th of the season. She's nearing her average of 10 points per game as Miley Roan gets the defensive reward for the Wolves.
Ergens with an interesting look there. And now we got another turnover.
Another steal for this Coyote defense. Avery Ostrom with that one. They have piled up the steals here tonight in this road game.
One possession here.
Kayla Slagle Lobs it in down over the head of her intended target, Alex Ostrom, turnover number 12. So the Wolves will have 18.6 seconds.
Sure, Coach Broughton's like a little more finesse, a little more arc on that entry pass. Doesn't have to be a bullet. Whew.
Hannah will check out. Jacobson, Bond, Shoemaker, Roan, and Matson on the floor for the Wolves. Matson, 10 seconds to go in the quarter. To Roan, fires it into Shoemaker. 3 players diving for it, and a held ball is called with 2.6 seconds left, so the Wolves can draw something up right here.
And that's just uncharacteristic by Shoemaker. Got herself too far under the basket, didn't know really what to do. So
inbounds pass comes into Roan. Her shot is blocked at the buzzer. Some more good defense from Alex Ostrom. And that's the end of 3 quarters of play. Your score, Williston 57, Watford City 25. We'll be back for the 4th quarter right after this.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Welcome back to Watford City as we get you set for our 4th quarter. The start of the quarter brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools. They're locally owned fishing and rental tool company serving the Williston Basin since 1978.
They're dancing in the Williston huddle.
They are. They're feeling good. Quite a way for them to bounce back after that loss to Century. They are in good shape in this one now, leading 57-25.
Well, if you're Williston, you just keep it going. Maybe get some new players in. And if you're Watford, you just play your game, chalk this one up, and you got your next one.
Logan Hanna on the bench. Also Mika Klumker on the bench right now for Williston. So both teams gonna play some different girls out there with a little bit of injury concern that those 2 players had. And right off the bat of the 4th quarter beginning, Williston with some instant offense. That's Allie Wilcox. She's in double figures with 11. 4 different Coyotes with 10 or more points.
Nice cross paint pass there for the assist.
Harley gets into the lane. Her floater is short. Rebound of the Coyotes. Outlet pass. Run down by Wilcox. She saves it into the hands, though, of Salil Shoemaker. 13th Williston turnover. Salil puts her head down, drives, kicks to Jacobson for 3. No. Rebounded by Riley Ergens. Long pass ahead to Wilcox. All alone, Ostrom. Layup good. That's Avery Ostrom now with 14.
Williston still running the court here.
They lead at 61-25. 7 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Matson will take a 3. Too strong. Rebound.
She's hustling out there, but
yeah, Williston able to take it away. Wilcox missed that one. Rebounded by Shoemaker. Good job by Bond. There, you see it right there. Bond and Jacobson still hustling, despite what the scoreboard says. Jacobson going after the offensive rebound. Bond providing the transition defense. And that'll be a kicked ball with 24 on the shot clock. And the game clock nearing 6:30. Hannah back in the game.
Yeah, good to see Hannah. She's still limping, but feel like, hey, maybe she can get out there, work through it, get some quality minutes.
Hannah into Bond. Logan inside to Shoemaker. Fakes a pass, takes a shot, swish. Good decision, nice move by Salil Shoemaker.
Probably should have done that right away. She thought about it and then was like, no, I'm going to give it away. Just take your shot.
61-27. As that shot altered by Matson, I think we'd give her a block on that one.
I would.
And it's 61-27. Here goes Logan Hanna. Pass does come to Bond. She'll try a 3 short. And the rebound claimed by Avery Ostrom.
And that's a little wrapped up there on that basket.
It is.
Just need a Watford basket to unravel it.
The Williston basket. On the other end, it's Alex Ostrom. She's got 18 to lead all scorers right now tonight.
Nice cross-course pass. Nice hands by Wisness.
Hannah to Wisness to Matson, who draws a foul on the three-pointer. He'll go against Riley Ergens, and good chance here for Matson to make her way to the free throw line. She will have 3 free throws.
Some positives for Watford is Matson not afraid to hit that three-pointer, not afraid to fire it. So you just got to take a little positives out of the game like this.
As the season rolls along, I'm curious what we'll see Bailey do offensively. She is playing really good defense. She's taken a little bit of a step back from what I thought she might be able to do offensively as her teammates have stepped up. So Bailey's been more of a facilitator through the first 5 games of the year. She is still averaging 10 points per game, and she has exceeded that with 3 perfect free throws there. She's up to 11. But I think she can be a little bit of a sleeping giant as this Wolves season continues. And her and Logan Hanna doing most of the scoring with Annabelle Bond, as well as Klumker scores another basket for Williston. She's up to 12.
Nifty up and under there, but I agree with Matson. You know, she's going to come into her own as the season progresses, but you got to be a role player sometimes.
She is a senior, and she is more than capable of having some offensive outbursts at different points in the game and the season. And we talk about more experienced players sometimes getting teammates involved at the beginning of a game.
Yep.
And I almost feel like that's what Bailey has done to start this season for Watford City. She's allowing her teammates to get off to a good start. And I think there might come a point, and certainly each game is different, but I think she will be a really important piece for the Wolves as this season continues.
100%. Definite crucial key to this team.
65-30. Bailey's got it. Over on the left side to Annabelle Bond. Kicks it out to Harley Jacobson. Outside to Matson. Crossover dribble. Gets in the paint. Off balance runner. No. Rebounded by Avery Ostrom.
And yet, Williston's still running the court.
They are.
It's, again, Jacob Broughton basketball.
Yes. And once again, we mentioned it's 4 minutes shorter than they're used to. So they're used to having long games as Riley drains another 3, her second of the night. Riley Ergens from downtown, 68-30 Williston. So they got to be having fun in a game like this. And a good chance for them to get some positive momentum before they head back into their WDA schedule. We certainly want to wish the Coyotes the best of luck as they look to make some noise in what is once again a loaded WDA. My goodness, you look at Minot, Bismarck Century, Bismarck Legacy. That's not even including Bismarck High and Mandan. I mean, 1 through 5, 1 through 6, I think Williston belongs in that top 6, the top half discussion this year. And you still got Minot North and Jamestown, Dickinson.
And that's just the west side of the state.
I know.
You haven't even touched the east side yet.
Yep. Well, that's the WDA right there. Watford City was a part of that for many years, and they got their own taste of it. But yeah, the three-division system desperately needed for many years, and it's been great to see it put into motion here as Kayla Slagle gets that basket to go. She's got 4. Williston up by 40.
At this level, you just want educational opportunities and opportunities for all the girls.
Yes, yep, and more games, more competitive games, more different matchups, I think has been really healthy for the sport of high school basketball. And we've seen it in a lot of places where the participation numbers have been growing, and I think we're going to see more of that the longer this 3-class system is in place. As there is a steal for the Coyotes, and they score again. It's Riley Ergens. .222 to go as Shoemaker missed it. Rebounded by Roan. And we'll have...
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
And welcome you back here as we get Chaz Neff situated, ready to go down to the court for our post-game interviews. We'll meet up with our First International Bank and Trust player of the game, and also the victorious coach in this one, as both teams sending out some new players onto the court. Cheyenne Crest, a freshman out there for Williston. Also Mackenzie Ritter. The Wolves have Arlene Salas, Tasia Molina. There is Shoemaker getting fouled by Slagle, and Salil will shoot two as Akayla Slagle picks up her second personal. Shoemaker will go to the line. Second personal against Akayla. So Salil will have two. She scored 6 points tonight. Paige Schuster getting ready to come back in for the Wolves. Good to see her. She missed a few games with an injury. Got Brianna Bainey back in for Watford City. Katie Kabler, the junior, comes back in for Williston. 72-31 on your NCC scoreboard. Shoemaker hits free throw number 2, 8 points. Now for Salil. She'll come out replaced by Clara Wisness. So the Coyotes are going to improve to 4-1. Arlene Salas, the steal. She drives a little bit too strong and it rolls off. Rebound will keep it here with Watford City. So Williston is going to avoid a losing streak as they will win this one, improve to 4-1 on the season. Watford City will suffer their first loss of the year, up to a record of 5-1. Arlene, nice drive as it knocked away. It's loose and it's stolen by Akayla Slagle. Both teams able to go to their bench with a 15-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. Slagle, dribble handoff to Adeline Hughes. Over to Ritter. Back to Hughes, drives baseline, reverse layup, no. Rebound, fought for, and a foul will be called. No free throws yet, as that is the third team foul against Williston. Cheyenne Crest called for that foul. Coyotes are going to have 5 players in double figures tonight as that shot is missed, but free throws coming for Watford City and Tasia Molina.
That fall number 12, Akayla Slagle.
Tasia, 5'5" senior. 2 chances to get her name in the scorebook. First free throw is short. That was against Slagle, her third personal. So the Wolves will go back to the drawing board as they get ready for South Prairie Max coming up on January 2nd. Tasia drains her second free throw. Schuster deflects the pass. It'll go out of bounds. Clock will continue to run. See if they get it in. They do, and that's it. This one is all over. The Williston Coyotes come down south and get the win over Watford City. Final score this evening, Williston 72, Watford City 33. Stick around. We'll be back for your Johnson and Sundin post-game show right after this.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team. Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts. or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more. Located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dad.
Can you hang out with Grandpa for a bit? I'm down in the barn.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll be up there in a bit.
RTC Networks capture cameras. Keep an eye on what you care about.
Welcome back to Watford City. We welcome you into your Johnson and Sundin Law Office post-game show. Johnson and Sundin, providing quality legal expertise with common sense and small-town service. And Chaz has caught up with our First International Bank and Trust players of the game. Chaz, take it away.
Thank you, Titus. Co-players of the game for Williston tonight, Avery and Alex Ostrom. And ladies, first of all, what do you think of that victory? How did that feel?
It felt really great. We worked really hard, and our defense intensity really kicked up in the second quarter, and I felt we played great together.
All right. How is it playing with your sister here?
Oh, it's amazing. I love her. She's the best. She always knows where I'm going to be on the court, gives me the best passes, and I can say the same for you. I give you good passes.
So you came into tonight, you had lost a century. Now I noticed the look on your face tonight. How does that feel going into the next games?
It's feeling pretty. I feel pretty great, and we feel pretty great. And I feel like over the break, we're just gonna keep the intensity up, and we're gonna keep working. And we still have a lot of season left, so we're just gonna keep pushing.
Happy holidays to both of you. Thank you very much. Great job tonight. Thank you very much. That's our co-players of the game, and I'll bring your coach in if I can. Coach Jacob Broughton, Williston Girls Basketball. Nice win tonight. What do you take out of that one?
Well, it's one of those things, like I said at the beginning, like we're never going to overlook Watford City. They're a really good team. So I told our girls we got to come out there and we got to set the tone to the game. And that's just something we got to do every single game. You know, you can't ever take anyone too light or too strong. Just go out there and be you. You were very aggressive, and your girls were very up and down. We called it Jacob Broughton ball. We're used to that. Is that the kind of style you're going to be playing now? Yeah, you know, like back at my old days at Trinity, I always want to kind of go up and down. You know, you get used to playing the Newtowns and Parcels of the world. You kind of learn their style a little bit. So when we're capable of doing it, I love doing it. So you're looking forward after tonight. What do you take out of this win to move forward into the WDA? Well, so now you got the Christmas break, and it's really about just putting together a lot of good practices in a row. You know, stack good practices, and then we got mine out right out the bat. So we'll have to, you know, get ready, play some good ball. But like I said, it's just about getting better each day. Each time we can do that, we'll be good. And last question, in our pregame, you had highlighted the Ostroms, and they are co-players of the game. What can you say about their performance today? I think they're two girls that are really tough to guard just because they're able to shoot the ball, they're able to drive the ball, and they can post up. And so when you got all three factors of the game, it makes you such a complete player. And with both of them being able to do it, it's fun to watch. They're a special group of girls, especially for just being sophomores. It's an exciting future. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Coach Broughton. Congratulations again. Merry Christmas to you, and hope you have a great season. Thank you. Appreciate it. You bet. We'll throw it back to you, Titus.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Chaz. Once again, our First International Bank and Trust players of the game, Alex and Avery Ostrom, and the victorious head coach of the night there. Those coaches' comments brought to you by Watford City Farmers Union Oil with head coach Jacob Broughton of the now 4-1 Williston Coyotes. Let's take a look at this game recap and stats. Williston jumped out to a 13-3 lead. Watford City put a nice run to end the first quarter, outscoring Williston 8-2 to make it 15-11 after one quarter. But the start of the second quarter saw Williston outscore the Wolves 10-0. They ended up outscoring Watford City 27-3 when the second quarter was said and done, and that was the difference here in this one. Williston led at 57-25 after three, and they go on for a big win, 72-33 here tonight. Final stats, Williston 30 out of 51 from the field. They made 6 three-pointers and were almost perfect, 5 for 6 from the free throw line for their 72 points. They did commit 14 turnovers in what proved to be their 4th win of the season. Watford City, 10 out of 38 from the field. They made 2 3-pointers. Wolves shot very well from the free throw line, going 11 out of 13. For the Watford City fans, hopefully that will continue as the season rolls along, as shooting 11 out of 13 from the free throw line will win you some games down the stretch if you can keep up that percentage. Watford City did commit 22 turnovers. They ended up being -8 in the takeaway giveaway ratio tonight. Let's take a look at the individual scoring numbers. 5 players in double figures for Williston tonight, 7 of them total in the scoring column. Alex Ostrom, 18 points. Avery Ostrom, 14 points. Mika Klumker, 12. Allie Wilcox, 11. Riley Ergens, 10. Akayla Slagle, 4. And Jovi Zander with 2 for Williston's total of 72. For Watford City, Bailey Matson, 11. Salil Shoemaker, 8. Annabelle Bond, 5. Harley Jacobson, 2. Logan Hanna, hampered by a little bit of an injury. She did score 2. Miley Roan, 2. Amelia Wisnes, 2. And Tasia Molina with 1 for Watford City's total of 33. So Watford City's winning streak is snapped at 5 to start the year. And it is a tough loss tonight, dropping by a final score of 72-33, but it doesn't really hurt you in the grand scheme of things. Watford City still with a lot to look forward to on this season.
Well, it's something Coach Broughton said in both the pregame and in the postgame. You're not winning titles in December. So if you're going to have a game like this, better to have it now, take some keys away from it. And honestly, in my opinion, and Coach Dwyer might disagree, if it's between Turtle Mountain and this game, I think you want that Turtle Mountain game.
Sure.
I think you want that win.
Yep, it's a rivalry game no matter what, but that one against a potential postseason opponent in Turtle Mountain feels really good. And now if you're Watford City, you got to just learn from what Williston did. Williston took on a good Bismarck Century team, lost big, bounced right back. Now if you're Watford City, you're going to have the same opportunity after losing a tough one tonight against Williston. South Prairie Max is the next team up on your schedule. No better way to forget about this game than to put a really good game together in that one against South Prairie Max.
Well, and you could see the look in the Ostrom's faces when they were talking about this game, how happy and excited they were. The whole team was excited. You know, Watford, it's just another step in the road. You just come, as you said, South Prairie Max. There's a tough team.
They certainly are. We'll be here for that one once again on GameDay Media. We look forward to bringing you that matchup as well. Want to remind you, this will do it for our broadcast here before Christmas, but in between Christmas and New Year's, we're going to be up in Minot for the Dale Brown and Hoopster Classic. Check us out on our website, GameDayMediaND.com, where you can watch those games. We've got some really exciting matchups part of that weekend. It's going to be Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday in between Christmas and New Year's there from Minot at the MSU Dome.
That's a full slate of really awesome games.
Yes, it is. Make sure to check us out on our website there for all the details about those games. So that will do it for our doubleheader here tonight. Williston comes down south and gets the sweep. Final of the boys' game, 69-52. Final of the girls' game, 72-33. I want to thank all the sponsors who make the broadcast of these games possible. I want to thank our outstanding production crew. David Peterson got us started. Jackson Lee did all the hard work on the producer side of things. And we had some great cameramen tonight. Coy Hartle and Brogan Shannon doing outstanding work. From the broadcast team, my name is Titus Denberg alongside Chaz Neff. That'll do it for us here tonight on GameDay Media. Thanks for joining us from the Rough Riders Center. Merry Christmas and so long, everybody.
Tonight's GameDay Media broadcast was brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, attorneys at law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, McKenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank,
T&T Measurements Incorporated,
Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones, Financial Advisor. Wolfpack Booster Club. NCC.